Yes, I spent the first 1 minute, 20 seconds talking, muted. There we go. So let's start again and do that intro all over again. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. I am absolutely depressed the fuck. It's one of the worst days I've had all year today. I've woken up. I feel extremely tired. I'm very lethargic. I've got no energy to do anything. And jumping out of the window right now, landing on my face from the second story right now doesn't seem to be too much of a bad option. And then you're making me sit through 2.5 hours of this shite right here. Welcome to Dereck Chisora versus Kubrat Pulev 2, the rematch that nobody wanted. It is what it is, isn't it? The rematch that nobody wanted. But I've got a feeling, we might get a good fight, Because you know what? We slagged off that Chisora versus Parker 2 fight. Do you remember that? Remember we slagged the fuck out of that Chisora versus Parker 2 fight? We slagged the fuck out of that. That turned out to be a really good fight. Look, press 1 if you agree, press 2 if you disagree. I think it's fair to say that Dereck Chisora at this point of his career is pretty much a walking punch bag. Is that fair to say or not? So look, maybe we'll get ourselves a decent fight. Lord knows, I'm telling you one thing now. I tell you what, I'm on a real downer right now. I'm really struggling. So DAZN, if you're listening, Joe Markowski, if you're listening, please show mercy upon me and please give me a good show tonight. That's what I would say. Please give me a good show tonight, Joe Markowski. That prayers going out to Len Blanatvik. Len, if you're listening, I know you are. Please give me a good show tonight, Len. Please don't make me have to sit through a bunch of horse manure. Speaking of horse manure, I've just started watching the live broadcast. You'll be pleased to know that Ramla Ali is now no longer in the ring. Ramla Ali, speaking of manure, was in the ring with some opponent from somewhere. Let's get it up on the screen. Let's get this undercard up on the screen. Lord Jesus Christ. I can't believe you wanted a depressed man to sit through this absolute shite. Right, Fabio Wardley's opponent must have had a pullout. We'll show you who Fabio Wardley got in the ring with in a minute, because it looks like there's been a late pullout. Because I've seen screenshots of who Fabio Wardley's been in the ring with, and it certainly wasn't no Kingsley eBay. But it looks like if you look at the opponent they got for Fabio Wardley, it looks like they got him off eBay. Hold on a minute. Let me see if I can get you this. Let me load up my Twitter on the other screen. Give me a sec. See if I can get you Fabio Wardley. Looks like he's in with a last minute replacement. Let me just see that. Wait till you see this guy. It looks like the fucking ice cream man. Looks like they got Fabio Wardley in the ring with. Looks like they got Fabio Wardley in the ring with Stay Puff, yeah, from Ghostbusters. You ever see that Stay Puff? Oh, geez, I'm having a nightmare at the minute. Hold on a minute. I'm having an absolute nightmare. But here we go. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, well, I've got to be careful here. I've got to do a still of this and not show the thing. Hold on. Do you know what? I won't. I'll get up in a second. Bear with me on that. I'll get up in a second. But Fabio Wardley opponent, you will have a good laugh at that. What are your expectations for this evening? Are you expecting it to be a good fight? Are you looking to the fight? If you would like to subscribe and comment, please feel free to do so. We'll be doing call-ins tonight for obvious reasons, due to the absolutely awful call-in that we had earlier on. Here we go. I'm going to give you a still of Fabio Wardley's opponent. Here we go. Let's drag this over to the screen. This doesn't look like Kingsley eBay to me. It's Chris Healy. There you go. Chris Healy. Shout out to Chris Healy. There you go. Chris Healy took that fight on short notice. But yeah, Fabio Wardley ended it early. Wow, fucking hell. He should against this opponents with this level of fitness. But that's it. Yeah, we didn't get the long-awaited Fabio Wardley versus Kingsley eBay. Instead, we got Chris Healy, who also looks like he's been ordered off eBay. There you go. That's what happens. Chris Healy, when you get Kings of the eBay off Wish, it is what it is. Joe Wells says he looked like a fat Steffi Bull. I mean, it's just, it really is manure. It really is manure, you know. And to be honest with you, I don't think at this point, where we're at currently with British boxing. By the way, guys, I would like to put the Dyson on in the background. Hold on. If I put the Dyson on in the background, because it's really hot in here, down at Warren Towers. Let's see. Let's see if you can, how bad this is. Right, I've got that on 10 in the background. Tell me, how bad is that? Can you really hear the fan noise at the back? Is it really distracting you from what I'm saying? Let me know. I've turned it down to 7, but down here at Warren Towers, we got to get Frank in to sort out the aircon down here at Warren Towers. Absolutely brutal. Funzy said, I saw Healy beat Dorian Darch a few years ago in a Welsh Leisure Centre. Well, there you go. I mean, if Chris Healy's beating former Anthony Joshua opponents, so I take it all back about Chris Healy. He must be world level. Because, you know, it's all about resume. All about resume. It's all about resume. And Chris Healy's out here beating former Anthony Joshua opponents. So Chris Healy's world level, in my opinion. Joking is bang on. That Dyson should be silent. Yeah. Well, guess what? It's not. Here it is at number 10. Look. What do you think? You guys are saying Laura Woods is looking world level again. Laura Woods is looking world level. Mark Stanton, at least Laura Woods looking fine. Makes me feel slightly better wasting money on this DAZN shot. Let me see what Laura Woods is looking like tonight. The Maya Jama killer. Laura Woods is like DAZN's MVP right now. She is on fire, isn't she? Laura Woods. She is on a different planet right now. Jesus, my Twitter game right now is absolutely shocking. But I will get it up on the screen and we will have a look while I'm looking in the chat. But you guys are informing me that Laura Woods is looking top level. The Maya Jama killer. This woman sent Maya Jama out into retirement. Let's look at photos. Let's see what we've got. Can't see much at the minute, but yeah. If you got any screenshots, email them to me. Look, this is Laura Woods at the Sports Industry Awards. Listen, each to their own, each to their own, each to their own, and each to their own. It is what it is. All right. So you guys, I've got the Dyson on the background in 10. You guys can't hear it, okay? Okay, fair enough. Well, I spent fucking £300 on this, and I actually bought the wrong one. I was supposed to buy. There's a fan that conditions the air, so it's good for people that suffer with allergies like me. Yeah, it can work. Okay, let me turn it down a bit. Hold on. It's a bit too loud. There you go. Turn it on to 8. It is what it is. Someone holding a sign up in the crowd asking if they can eat Laura Woods' ass. Jesus Christ. It is what it is. It is what it is. So yeah, you guys are liking Laura Woods more than a card. As you guys know, I'm a big subscriber to DAZN. I encourage all people to subscribe to DAZN. I think it's the future of boxing. I think it's the best boxing channel on the planet. And if you would like to watch Anthony Joshua versus Alexander Usyk 2, you can watch that on DAZN. The home of Anthony Joshua. All of Anthony Joshua's next exclusive fights will be shown on DAZN. So if you would like to watch DAZN, and if you would like to pay $7.99 a month for AJ versus Usyk 2, Ronaldo starring in El Presidente and some other stuff, please feel free to do so. It is what it is. Now, let's do this. What are you eating right now? What are you eating right now? This is supposed to be a watch party. What are you eating right now? I will tell you what I'm eating while I'm watching this DAZN card. When I'm not very well, the first thing I go to is ice cream. And this is what I've got. This is obviously not my Twitter page because my hands aren't white, despite what people tell you on the internet. Despite what some of my detractors will tell you, my hands aren't white. But that is the ice cream I've got at the minute. In fact, I've got two of them mixed together. The missus bought me 2 tubs. So, Layered Speculoos and Caramel, Italian gelato from M&S. For me, This is probably the best supermarket level ice cream you can get in the UK right now. I have a bowl of this. I also have a bowl of the caramel and peanut flavour that M&S are doing. It's £5 a tub. I don't think you can get better ice cream than this from a supermarket in the UK right now. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. M&S, stunning. That is what it is. Lamb chop is having fish finger. Yeah, it's a winner. Instant mashed potatoes and some mad Polish pickle, cabbage and carrots. Can't beat fish fingers in a bit of mash. It is what it is. Nimble's got the lamb balti. Shout out to Nimble. He ain't playing no games out here with the lamb balti. Arse is going to be like a fucking... Your arse is going to be blowing smoke tomorrow, man. Gary Harrison's on the vodka. Richard's just cracked open a bottle of Elijah Craig barrel proof 60% cask strength bourbon. I don't know what the hell's going on because I don't drink. But for those of you who are connoisseurs of whiskey and such like Richard is, maybe you'll have some comments on that. In fact, I'll get a picture of that up in a second. I'm not a drinker, but it is what it is. Counterpunch's got a Turkish kebab. Can't beat a nice Turkish kebab. Shout out to all the Turkish kebabs in London. Yokin's got his samosas. Shout out to the samosas. That's my missus' go-to anytime she's having an Indian. I have to get the veggie samosas on the side. She's a big fan of those. Ali Gaffer's having lamb chops, veg and brown rice. Very, very nice. I am partial to a bit of lamb. Actually. Waitrose do a lovely piece of lamb, which do you know what I've started doing? I've started getting these pieces of lamb on reduced because it's actually no point in getting them delivered when you have to pay full price when I can walk into the store on the day. Do you know what? I walked into the store and I'll tell you what I got. I showed Richard and Shevin this. I walked into the store and I got a £30 piece of lamb for £9. No, what the fuck is this? I don't care about the sheep. I care about the lamb. Here we go. It was this one. Waitrose #1, a leg of lamb with rosemary. Oh, great! Thanks for the zoomed in picture, Waitrose. Right, #1 lamb leg with rosemary. I got this. I walked into my local Waitrose and got this on the day for £9.80. £9.80 for £30 worth of meat. My missus cooks these beautiful. She's got it nailed on when she cooks these. Lamb just falls apart. It's very well seasoned as well with this. I have to say it. Waitrose do season this very well. You buy supermarket meat, and especially for a person of colour, it's got no seasoning on it. So you spend the rest of your day dashing all kinds of Dunn's River and dashing all kinds of this and putting Encona this and Encona that and all this in it because it's got no seasoning. Okay? Non-people of colour obviously stick it straight in the oven. But my non-ethnic minority friends, this you'll be safe with. The King's like, well, we know, innit? We know what these people do, innit? Sticking a chicken in the oven with no seasoning. Do you know what? Honestly, they need to go to Waitrose, you know. Look, it's pre-seasoned for you. So all you can do is just stick it in the oven and it still tastes of something. So very, very good. That's what I'm going for at the minute. Right, let's crack on. Right, Ring Magazine ratings. Let's go through the Ring Magazine heavyweight ratings. No sign of Dereck Chisora or Kubrat Pulev, which is the fight that we're supposed to be discussing. There you go. Just double checking. No sign of Dereck Chisora or Kubrat Pulev. Has Dereck Chisora ever been in? Actually, might have been. Dereck Chisora might have been in the Ring Magazine ratings. It is what it is. Israel Madrimov is currently in the ring on the zone, about to have his fight with Michelle Zora. Listen, Israel Madrimov is a serious fighter. I'm not disrespecting Israel Madrimov. Israel Madrimov is a serious fighter. I've seen bits and bobs of him, and he's a quality fighter. So, in Israel Madrimov, the zone have got a quality fighter, but guess what? I still ain't watching it. Right now, I'd rather take the piss out of this main event to come. So, yes, please feel free to hit the like button. Going to get into the main show now. 56 watching, 18 likes, absolutely disgusting. please hit the like button. And if you don't hit the like button, you know what will be happening to you.
What's going to happen? I was dead. You're dead.
There you go. We're not fucking playing games today. We're not fucking playing games. I'll even throw in a bumper clarté. That's how desperate I am at the minute for a bit of validation.
Bumper clarté.
There we go. Have I heard that right, or is that Barry Jones doing the commentary on the Zone? Jesus, because if it is, I'm definitely hitting mute. How did he make his way up there? It is what it is. All right then. Dereck Chisora, what do you guys think? Chisora versus Pulev. The loser of this fight should be retired and never seen again. Press 1 if you agree. Press 2 if you disagree. The loser of the fight. Do you know what? I keep saying it all the time. Boxing needs to be more like boxing could take a lot. We already stole entrances for the WWE, right? Didn't we? Or did we not? Did boxing steal all those snazzy entrances? Did boxing steal those from the WWE? I'll tell you another idea. What we need to do is steal from boxing. What we need to steal from boxing is these. You see these? Loser leaves town matches. This is what we need to steal from boxing. We've already stolen, pyrotechnics and ring entrances, The fighters are already coming out to the ring looking like Goldberg, innit? What's going on with all these pyrotechnics now in boxing? Fighters coming to the ring these days looking like Goldberg. All these fireworks going off and shit. So we've already stolen pyrotechnics from wrestling, but we need this, man. Loser leaves town match. That's what Chisora versus Pulev should be. That needs to be a loser leaves town match. Whoever loses is never ever seen again. Shevin says if Chisora wins, he's calling out Wilder. Fuck me. What would you call that fight? What would be the tagline for that pay-per-view? Dereck Chisora versus Deontay Wilder. Fucking hell. Crazy, isn't it? Brain damage live on air. Murder was the case. That's why I would call that pay-per-view. Deontay Wilder versus Dereck Chisora. Murder was the case. Murder was the case that they gave me. That's what I'm calling Chisora and Wilder. Murder was the case that they gave me. Chisora versus Wilder. Yay. Do you know what? Let's see how Chisora does tonight against an old Pulev who's just come off Triller. But I tell you what, Chisora versus Wilder. Yo. Chisora versus Wilder. Yo, Deontay Wilder going to be up in court after that fight on murder charges, looking like O.J. Simpson. It's going to be Deontay Wilder after that Chisora fight. That's Deontay Wilder after that Chisora fight. Chisora versus Wilder. Next day, Wilder's in court with Johnny Cochran. You're going to be up in court with Johnny Cochran. And they're going to be making sure, Wilder's going to be in court going, these gloves don't fit. It work, honestly, it worked me. Look, these gloves don't fit me. These gloves don't fit me. Forget about it, innit? It is, Euthanasia, live on the Zone. I have no idea. Andy Gaffer says, I think The Undertaker is going to come into the ring during the main event and tombstone them both. What, Chisora and Pulev? I'll take it. He might as well fucking chokeslam him. I mean, boxing's becoming such a joke these days. Look, Chisora and Pulev, let's just do it as a casket match. What do you think? Innit? That's what I want to see. Dereck Chisora versus Kubrat Pulev, casket match. Loser has to get in a casket and get buried and never seen again. Press 7 if you agree with me. Press 8 if you disagree. Listen, if the Zone want to do me $7.99 a month for that, I'll do it. Casket match. One of Chisora and Pulev has to get in the casket and get buried. No, what's that? That's the buried alive match. I got that wrong. Should be this, innit? This is what I'm saying now. This is what it needs to be. Yeah. Yeah, I've got it now. Let's do that again. Chisora versus Pulev, buried alive. Buried alive. That's it. Buried alive match. Whoever loses gets buried alive. We've never seen again. You guys agree with that? When's enough, innit? When's enough for Chisora? I hope Chisora's got money, you know, and he's put his money away. Do you know that? Because he keeps fighting. So I hope he's looked after himself. Genuinely. I hope Dereck Chisora's looked after his money and that he's actually in a place where he can retire, you know. Because when these fighters start fighting on too much, oh, geez, Machamov's really putting it on Soro. Machimov is a fucking quality fighter. I have to say, he's a quality fighter. You do worry. Let me just see. Is Machimov getting Soro out of there? Oh, no, it's okay. I'm just checking. Shevin says, yeah, I think he has. He's got a large farm with a lot of livestock. He does. Honestly, me and Dereck Chisora, hopefully, once we get past boxing, we should get along quite well, shouldn't we? Because we're both black and we're both Tory'd up, aren't we? Me and Chisora, both black, both Tory'd up, and both pro-Brexit. So actually, we should get along really well. I mean, we wouldn't get along. Dereck Chisora would still headbutt me, strangle me, and stick me in the back of his Land Rover and do Lord knows what to me afterwards. But in theory, we should get along. We'll have to see. Right, let's get on to some other stuff. There was some stuff that I did want to talk about, but I've completely forgotten. My head's gone completely. What time's the main event? So the main event should be in half an hour, shouldn't it? So we shouldn't be too long on this, should we? Majimov looks like he's doing very well against Soro. Oh my gosh. Majimov looks like he's doing a business against Soro. So it doesn't look like we'll be having to wait too long before this rematch of the decade. In the meantime, what we'll do is we'll show you the weigh-in, or we'll show you these two going head to head. I think the face-offs were pretty terrible. To be honest, I don't know what you think about that. I thought the Chisora versus Pulev face-offs were pretty terrible, but it is what it is. There you go. For those of you who give a shit, that's the Chisora versus Pulev weigh-in, as you can see there. You see them both laughing at each other and basically doing anything to think. Oh, what's going on? Is it over already? Oh, let me tell you something. Is that doctor? Let me see that doctor. Is that the good-looking doctor who's always at the fights? There's a doctor looking at a cut for Michelle Soro. Just having a look right now. Oh my God, that's got to be over. Jesus, that cut, that's it. That fight's got to be over. There's no way they can let him continue with a cut like that. By the way, that doctor, I've seen that doctor at quite a few events. Is it the one I'm thinking of? Who's rather good looking. The good looking doctor. She's at all the events. I think she does all the events at London. I think she was at the Joe Joyce event last week. Oh, it looks like he's been hit with a wrist or something. Let me see. Was he hit with the inside of the glove? Oh, clash of heads. Sorry, clash of heads. Oh, oi. You guys are liking the doctor. But hold on, have they given the fight to Majimov then? What's going on here? Can someone tell me? Surely that's got to be a no contest, right? Because it was after 2 rounds. It is what it is. I mean, it says a lot about this card, doesn't it? That we're more interested in this female doctor. I mean, yeah, we've seen her before. She looks like a slightly nicer version of Priti Patel. And you know what a fan of Priti Patel I am. I think Priti Patel is one of the best looking women on planet Earth. But that's just my humble opinion. It's a technical draw. Right, so Ismail Madrimov versus Michel Soro is a technical draw. How the fucking knew ya? It looks like the gods are listening to me, doesn't it? It looks like the gods are listening to me. The gods can sense that this Chisora versus Pulev fight is going to be complete toilet, and they don't want to make me sit through 2 hours of pure manure. Can you believe that? This is why I have a very, very small handheld copy of the Bible here. Because if you pray, and if you say your prayers at night and take your vitamins, good things will happen. So it looks like this main event will be happening sooner rather than later. Of course, you know what they say, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. And if I have to sit here and listen to half an hour of Tony Bellew to fill in the time before the main event, then I will consider myself cursed. So it depends what it is, isn't it? Let's see what DAZN are going to do about this now. We've now got half an hour to fill on this DAZN card. Are we going to get Chisora and Pulev in the ring right now? Or is it going to be half an hour of Q&A with Tony Bellew? First question from me would be, Tony, how's your OnlyFans going? VP says, Ultra, invest in a quality mic. I do have a quality mic. I think it's because I've got the fan in the background and I'm not talking into it as much. I think I do have a quality mic. But good one. Good one, VP75. I tell you what, I tried hard not to hit the block button there. Let's see. For fuck's sake, the best fight on paper and a stupid head clash. It is what it is, isn't it? I have to do that one all over again. It looked like Madrimov was getting right on top of him as well, didn't it? It looked like Madrimov was getting right on top of it. Mark Stanton says, Bellew and Hay arguing for the next half an hour. Maybe we can do Kiss and Tell with Laura Woods for half an hour. Maybe Eddie Hearn. What about this? What about Business Seminar from Eddie Hearn? How's this book getting on? His book did quite well, didn't it? His book's got high ratings. Relentless. Here we go. Relentless, Eddie Hearn. Maybe Eddie Hearn could narrate the audio version of Relentless for us in the next half an hour. What you say about that? Eddie Hearn just taking the mic and serenading the O2 crowd with the... maybe he can read a chapter from his successful book, Relentless. Look, a used copy for £75 on Awesome Books. There you go. Is what it is. He's a winner. His book even won an award. Congratulations, Eddie. Look at that. Congratulations to Eddie Hearn. Winner at the Sports Book Awards. It is what it is. It's a great steal. It is what it is. All right, let's move on from that. Give me a sec. Let me just see what's going on with the... Oh, it's just, all I can see is these guys still standing in a ring. 1 second. David... Oh, look who's here. It's David Diamante. Gosh, Iron Man is in the ring. Let's hear Iron Man.
Ringside positions. On advice of the ringside position who rules that Soro cannot continue due to an unintentional headbutt. The official time of this fight has been declared a technical. This fight has been declared a technical draw.
There you go. The Iron Man himself, David Diamante, has declared this fight a technical draw. You can hear the boos ringing out across the arena. It is what it is. Oh, yeah. Well, that cut doesn't look as bad now, actually. Maybe the blood running through the cut made it look a little bit worse than what it was. It's a bad cut, but I actually thought it was a lot longer gash, but it is what it is. Mark Stanton says, Diamante would have already healed from a cut. Diamante would have already healed from a cut like that. Yeah, Diamante. Where's he at, man? Iron Man. David Diamante, how are you getting on? Yo, David Diamante. That was something. Let's say, oh, what the fuck? Come on now, give me something. Look short but deep. So it's just like me then. Okay, right. David Diamante, here we go. Yeah, it looks fine, doesn't he? Look. Cigar in his mouth. He's in London with his cigar. There you go. You guys are calling him Wolverine. Diamante is Wolverine, the incredible healing man. Like I said before, best place for Diamante is Unbreakable. That's why I call David Diamante. Unbreakable with Bruce Willis. Keep saying it. You ever see that film about the man who can't be killed? Gets in all these accidents, innit? He gets in all these accidents, but he just can't die. He just can't be killed. There you go, Unbreakable with Bruce Willis. Maybe I can play the part of Samuel L. Jackson. Shout out to David Diamante. It is what it is. There you go. How you doing, Sonny? All good to see you. Right. Earlier on today, for those of you who missed it, I upset a few people by speculating that Anthony Joshua suffers from anxiety. I'll probably, I don't know, I'll see how it goes, but it is what it is. Maybe we'll talk about that again at some point, but did an episode today on Anthony Joshua, mental issues, does he suffer from anxiety? Not taking the piss or anything, we'd never do that. Not taking the piss or anything like that, but just asking some questions about where Anthony Joshua is right now mentally and things like that. I got canned for doing that. Apparently, I've got no right to talk about that. Oh, Tony Bailey's here. Right, I'll get you a picture of Laura Woods while we're at it, because I can see Tony Bailey. David Hay, I believe, is also doing comms. Where's No Addy? No, we've got No Addy tonight. Where's Addy? Or is Addy interviewing Bellew? Try and see in a minute. We'll get Bellew off there. Yeah, it's Bellew. Oh, my gosh. I see what you mean. I'll get you a picture of Laura Woods in a second. Yeah, Jesus. I see what you mean. Wow. Yeah, she's not playing games, is she? She's not playing games. Joe says these Uzbekistani fighters are pretty impressive. Akbadaliev, who I haven't seen properly. Jalolov, who I also haven't seen at all. Yeah, Laura Woods is, yeah. It's a good thing that Maya Jama wasn't around tonight, because that would have been another loss for Maya Jama. I don't know where Maya Jama is, but it's best that she stays home when Laura Woods is in this kind of form. It's best that she stays her ass home. Yeah, Richard from Twitter says, Ade giving this one a swerve. You know, I think even Ade's had enough of this shit, but it is what it is. Oh, Lamb Chop says Ade's ringside. Oh, that's a shame. Okay. Lamb Chop says Ade was doing ringside. Oh, that's a shame. I send my condolences out to Ade, but at least he's getting paid for it. Right, let me... my photography skills aren't working. I'm not running OBS. Oh, Ade's ringside with Eddie Hearn. There you go. Eddie looks a bit pissed, but it is what it is. Ade is here. Thought he managed to get himself away from this absolute shit show, but he's still here. Laura Woods is pound for pound. Look, she's a very good looking woman. It is what it is. Snazzy Azzy. Ultra, will you take calls after the fight? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You know what happened the last time I took a call? Earlier on today. It was a fucking disaster. It was what it was. Okay, right. Let's talk about something that was rather funny. Who remembers this? Let's go back to the prime of Dereck Chisora. Let's go back to the prime of Dereck Chisora. Let's go back to the glory days. Who remembers this? In fact, let's do it another way. I'll even give you sound. That's how good. That's how I think good I'm feeling. Let's because this might be the end of Dereck Chisora tonight. Let's be honest. I mean, if he gets stopped by Kubrat Pulev, which I don't think will happen, but if he was to get stopped by Kubrat Pulev, we could be seeing the end of Dereck Chisora. So let's remember, you know, some of the better times. Let's remember some of the better times.
You want to fight me?
Listen. I shouldn't laugh, yeah? I shouldn't laugh because it was what it was, innit? But David Hay. I'll say it one more time, yeah? Dereck Chisora is one of the toughest men outside of the ring in boxing. There's no question about that. But David Hayes is no joke. Like, David Hayes, the last person that you ever want to get in David Hayes' face. And he says to Hay, if you listen, he says, do you want to fight? And by the time he's even finished the sentence, Hayes already started whacking him. Hayes, no joke, man. David Hay. And if you look at Hay, this is peak Hay. Look at him, jacked up, Hayes in his prime. This is the David Hay. You know, David Hay told that story about he pulled Jennifer Lopez in the club. You guys remember that story that David Hay told about how he had Jennifer Lopez pulled in the club. He said it was a done deal with Jennifer Lopez, yeah? And then one of the bouncers got involved. Here we go, look. Peak David Hay, look. Peak David Hay. Oh, sorry, I'm not showing it. Let me show it properly. Hold on. Here we go. Peak David Hay. David Hay on pulling J-Lo. I don't know why they're showing that picture of that fucking man's ass. Jesus Christ. But yeah, this is David Hay doing a video explaining how him and Audley Harrison one night were out. And Hay was seconds away from pulling the great J-Lo. And you can see why, yeah, in this video. I mean, he's jacked up, built. Look at his hair. Look at Hay's hair. We'll show you his hair in a minute. No grey hairs, nothing. No balding, no trying to hold it together. It's all there, isn't it, for Hay? He's got his whole world in front of him. And it is what it is. Look. Look, there you go. Hay's elbowed him. That tells you what a serious dude Hay is. If you look at Hay, Hay is elbowed him. That's not a left hook. The first thing Hay's tried to do is elbow him and take him out of an elbow. Look. That dude knows how to fight, man. That dude knows how to fight. You don't get involved with someone like Hay, man. Oh my God, this guy is no joke. This is what I'm saying, yeah? Bro, I don't know how to fight like this. Hay's serious, man. Hay's like, look, fuck the boxing. I'm ending this now. Look at this elbow he throws. Look at that. Look, you want to fight me? Before he's even finished the sentence, Hay's already started throwing a fucking elbow. Oh, look at Chisora's face. Just look at Chisora's face. No, don't disrespect, but look at Chisora's face. Let me see if I can get a slow-mo of that. It's like he can't believe it, can he? Look at Osman, like, he can't believe it. Let me get this up. Let me play this back slow. Here we go. Jesus Christ, look at his face. Look how he starts off and look how he finishes. Look at Chisora. This is how he starts off. Yeah? And this is how he finishes. Hold up. There you go. That's how he... Look, Hay's no joke, man. That's how he starts off. And that's how he finishes. Jesus Christ. Let's have a look. Here we go, in slow-mo. Bang! Bang! Oh my God! Left, what was that? Left elbow, right hand down the middle. Jesus Christ. Look at this. Bang! Bang! Oh! Straight on him. Straight on him. In a minute, you're going to see Don Charles then get... Look, here's Don Charles now. So that's the first fight. So David Hayes won that one by Dereck Chisora by TKO. So you put that on BoxRec, yeah? David Hayes just got the TKO over Dereck Chisora. So now, what you're seeing now is a completely different fight. So now Don Charles is stepping in. Do you remember, like, at the arcade when we used to play Marvel versus Capcom 2? You ever play that game? Marvel versus Capcom 2? Or X-Men versus Street Fighter? And, like, you have a team in it. You've got two guys each. It's 2-on-2. And then you beat one guy and the other guy jumps in. That's what this reminds me of, isn't it? That's what this reminds me of. It reminds me of Mortal Kombat, isn't it? You beat Goro and all of a sudden Shang Tsung appears and you've got to beat him as well. Anyway, look. So that's Chisora done. So that was probably the 13th loss of Chisora's career, yeah? And now all of a sudden, look, here we go. It is now we've got fucking Don Charles is now jumped in. Here we go. So let's see what happens to Don Charles. I don't know if they've got the footage of the tripod. Here we go. Here's Don Charles coming in now. Look, Don Charles rushing. Bosh! You see Don Charles walk straight into a left hook. That's the end of Don Charles. Don Charles would destroy me in a fight, but I'm just being honest. I'm just calling how I see it. So Don Charles now walks in. Look, see Don Charles marching in straight to Hay. Watch this. Bang! Oh, Jesus Christ. Hay got him clean. Do you see that? Clean. Look. Look at this. Bosh. Jesus Christ. Don Charles said he was drinking through a straw for 2 weeks after this. No joke. Like, he couldn't eat any food. All his food had to be liquefied, and he had to eat through a straw for 2 weeks after this. Don Charles said that himself. That's what Don Charles said, because David A nearly broke his jaw there. So yeah, Don Charles, no solids. He was on no solid foods for the best part of 2 weeks. I think Don Charles was on baby food actually, wasn't he? Am I wrong about that? Could be wrong, but I think Don Charles after that left hook was on the old. I had to put Don Charles on Cow and Gate, man. You know Cow and Gate baby food when you can't eat no solids. This stuff. Can't eat no solids. We've all seen. There you go. Look. This is what Don Charles was on. Veggie and turkey casserole. Well, they've got Don Charles on. Veggie and turkey casserole. Cow and Gate. No solids after that shot. Jesus Christ, that was heavy. Let's carry on. Right, so there's Don Charles taken care of. Can you see? Look, he's struggling to stay on his feet. Did you see that? But he's tough guy. He rallied back there. Look. Jesus. Look at him rally back. Look, you see, he struggled there to stay on his feet. And look, in fact, if you look, that's Adam Booth holding him up. Can you see that? Just watch. The guy in the blue holding him up. Bosh. Look, that's Adam Booth. Oh, man, is Adam Booth trying to hold him? Right. Anyway. Oh, there you go. That's the shot. There you go. You see Don Charles's cap fly off. Watch his cap here. Watch his red cap. Ready? Bosh. There you go. As Johnny Fisher would say. Bosh! Red cap goes flying. There you go. Look at Don Charles with the towel. I'm sorry. There's Don Charles with the towel. Man, Jesus Christ. Boxing back in the day used to be jokes, man. Boxing back in the day used to be jokes. So David Haye there was outnumbered about 1 to 4 or 5. And he ended up doing what he does, which is cleaning house. One of the most dangerous men in boxing by far. I mean, Don Charles and Dereck Chisora. I agree, Toby Players. The fact that Haye took out 2 very competent hard men just like that says everything. I mean, Don Charles and Chisora are serious guys, man. I would leg it from both of them. They are serious guys. But like I said before, David Haye gave them a 2 for 1. David Haye gave him the two-piece spicy with a free biscuit on top. There's Dereck Chisora. You can see it. Excuse me. There's Don Charles. You can see there's a bit of blood on that towel. Look, there you go. Look. Oh, look. Fuck. Look, his jaw's gone. Look, there's blood on the towel. He's done. There's Chisora. He's done. And there's Don Charles going, leave it. It's not worth it. He's just done both of us. It is what it is. It is what it is. Let's see where we are with this card at the minute. David Haye's still talking, so you can see what they're going to do right now with this card is they're just going to, talk for half an hour and fill it out. If you're just joining, please hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button. You're not missing anything. There's a lot of filler going on the zone at the minute in time because Watchalong versus Soro has finished very, very early due to a cut in both fights. So these guys are going to log it out on the zone as long as possible until Chisora and Pulev are ready to come out and fight. Laura Woods, once again, is basically the only reason to worth watching this DAZN card. Ade is currently interviewing Fabio Wardley ringside. I don't think, with all due respect, I don't think, anybody's really interested in seeing that. And it is what it is. So we're just waiting for the main event. Hirko says, Chisora TKO 6 Pulev. My prediction. Well, listen, if Chisora does TKO Pulev, the Chisora Roadshow continues. Maybe Chevron's right. Maybe we really will hear Chisora call out Wilder. Oh, my God. Maybe we really will hear it. Crazy there. Mark Staten says, Felix Cash phoned in sick. Oh, did he not fight? Felix Cash phoned in sick too. So they are a full fight down. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Crazy D3 says, only improvement I see from Chisora is that he doesn't slap his hooks anymore. I think Chisora's lost his head movement. I think Chisora lost his head movement a long time ago. I think, like I said before, some of the stuff he does in the ring is so unorthodox, it's verging on dangerous. If you're a fighter who likes to bob and weave under punches, right? And you're trying to do the whole Mike Tyson peekaboo thing, rolling under punches and things like that. And You need to make sure that you keep your eyes on the opponent. And if you look at Chisora, I swear to God, why he doesn't get hit with more uppercuts in fights. I mean, we know that Joseph Parker uppercutted his head to the moon in their rematch, but you got to think Pulev's looking at the uppercut. I mean, Parker couldn't miss him with the uppercut. He couldn't miss him with the uppercut, and that's because Chisora brings his head over his front foot, and his head looks at the floor. He doesn't look at the opponent. And these is like the ABCs, 1, 2, 3s of boxing. If you're going to try and roll, you've got to try and keep your eyes on the target for as long as possible. When you're rolling underneath punches, your eyes don't need to be hitting the floor because you can't see what's coming. You need to keep your eyes as close to the target, which is the torso area, shoulder area, as possible. But if you look at Chisora when he's bobbing and weaving under his punches, his head's completely pointing to the floor. It's a really, really bad habit because you don't know what's coming. And it also means that when you come up, so you come under and your head's on the floor, and then you come up, chin in the air, and you just don't know what you're walking into. It's like you're gambling with your chin every single time. And that's what Chisora does. He takes gambles with his chin every single time. And he gambles on the fact that he's got a solid chin. We'll see. There's only so long you can keep dining out on an iron chin, isn't there? What do you think about that? There's only so long you can dine out on an iron. As Joe Joyce will probably find out very soon. There's only so long you can keep dining out on having an iron chin. So, like I said before, I think Chisora, the basics just aren't there. If you're going to roll underneath punches, you're going to try and dip and roll and try and hook, then your eyes need to be on the target for as long as possible. You shouldn't be fucking, he throws punches, he throws the overhand right, head on the floor. Watch for that tonight. I would say if you look at one technical tip tonight, I would say look at Dereck Chisora's head position. Just watch it. He'll do it tonight. He'd make the same mistakes in every fight. Look at Dereck Chisora's head position as he's bobbing and weaving. If you watch closely, he's bobbing and weaving, he's looking at the floor. His head's not looking at the opponent. His head's looking at the floor. And opponents can do stuff. Opponents can use head control against Chisora. So they can put their glove on the top of his head. They can put their glove on the top of his neck. And they can position his head down. They'll keep his head there. They little things like that. They know little things like what he does. Like he bobs and weaves in his head. His head's always looking at the floor. Use lead hand control. Place the palm of your glove on top of his head. Keep his head down. Bring the uppercut up. These fighters know what to do with him. Or Tyson Fury did that in their fight. Another thing you can do with these fighters, place your palm. Place the inside of the palm on the top of their head. Keep their head down. Let them up. Bring them into a hook. There's loads of ways you can do and work around and do with these fighters like Chisora because the only thing he brings to the ring at this point in his career is his toughness. Press 1 if you agree with me on that, and press 2 if you disagree. That's my opinion. I think the only thing that Chisora brings now at this stage of his career is toughness. He is tough, but there's only so long you can dine out on toughness. I think technically it's just not there. It's just not there. At all. It leads me to believe, I don't know what he's doing in his camps for fucking 6 to 8 weeks in his camps. I don't think it's technical stuff. I'd imagine he's getting himself, he's got a target weight. He gets himself down or close to a target weight and he spars a lot. But, they say that you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Maybe Dereck is always proof of that because to me, it doesn't seem like he's learning from the big mistakes he's making in his fights. The uppercut tonight from Kubrat Pulev. Kubrat Pulev is a one-handed fighter, isn't he? We've seen Kubrat Pulev. Kubrat Pulev's really is all about his left hand. He's a jab and he's a left hook merchant. I'm not sure if Kubrat Pulev has much of a right hand, to be honest. And the right uppercut would be very, very useful tonight against a fighter like Chisora. But maybe he can find some space for the left uppercut. But like I said before, tonight, if you watch one thing about Dereck Chisora, I would say watch his head position because his head position is very, very suspect. And a professional boxing coach really should be on him about that. They should be on him about that 24/7. When you're rolling and rolling underneath, you've got to keep your eyes on the opponent. Can't look down. Let me just get something up on the screen in case you guys think I'm making it up. I'm sure there must be some kind of boxing tutorials. It must be. This is like... Oh. I'll have a look. But I think Dereck Chisora, genuinely, would do well to look at videos like this. I love this guy, Carlos Moreno Boxing. He's a guy who went on to coach Ahara Davis, and he's a very, very good amateur boxer. Definitely my kind of boxer. I watched a lot of Moreno boxing videos, and he's definitely my kind of boxer, the kind of boxer that I like. How to roll under punches in boxing. Tony Jeffries, how to roll under punches properly. Look, if you look at this preview of Tony Jeffries, right? You know when you see him here how to roll a punch. Can you see where he's looking? His head's not even at the floor. If you look there, can you see? Look where his head is. He's trying to keep as much of his head, as much of his eye contact towards the torso of the opponent, where you can see the arms and the elbows. You can kind of get an idea of where the shots are coming from as possible. At no point, should your head be fucking pointing towards the floor. Watch out for that from Dereck Chisora. Right, where are we at with this card? Right, DAZN are currently doing advertisement for Ryan Garcia versus Javier Fortuna. So we're still waiting for this main event. 100 people in the chat. If you'd like to be a part of the chat, please subscribe and become a part of the chat and then get banned for talking bullshit. Please feel free to hit the like button. Right now we've got 100 people in the chat and only 39 likes. Absolutely disgraceful. You guys are treating me like the Black Boris Johnson. Please hit the like button. Otherwise, you know what will happen. This guy will be paying you a visit.
What's going to happen now? It's dead. You're dead.
There you go. There you go. If you'd like to hit me a super chat, please feel free. If you're one of those people who likes to hand over your hard-earned money to a bunch of individuals making videos out of their mum's basement on something that they've never done or put gloves on, if you're one of those individuals, then please feel free to hit me up with a super chat.
Thank you, Sister Avanti. $10 coming on the Cash App. Thank you, sister. Next time, make it 20. But
no, that was actually the wrong one. This is the one I meant to do.
Donations. 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 Gifts. 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 More gifts. More gifts.
There you go. There you go. And before we carry on with the show, I love playing these little memes. Shout out to all my haters out there. Shout out to all my haters, like the hater that called me earlier on this afternoon to lay into me for talking about anxiety and quote unquote trolling other boxers. Shout out to all my haters. You will be making it onto my master hater list. Mods, if you see any haters, listen, get rid of these guys, man. Get rid of these guys.
And the other thing I need y'all to do, when you see a hater, I want you to screenshot it and save it. I want you to put a little folder on your desktop, Dr. Umar Haters, because when we open up the school, I'm going to have an email address, and I want you to send all the haters. They picture, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a master hater list, because these same trolls think they're going to sneak into the school. They think they're going to apply. You got to help me keep them out.
There you go. There you go. Toby Players stirring shit up. Thanks. Shout out to Tyrone Brooks. Absolutely. One of my biggest fans. George C. just dropping by. Enjoy the fight, lads. It's the big one. Well, we're still waiting for it. DAZN, it's now 10 p.m. UK time. I'm currently watching Dereck Chisora in Nothing But a Towel, doing an interview with DAZN, talking about this fight with Kubrat Pulev. Can anybody tell me, is there a reason why Dereck Chisora has Is there a reason why Dereck Chisora has dyed his beard orange? Is there a reason for that? I mean, the top of Dereck Chisora's head's looking like a fucking Duracell battery. Is there a reason why he's dyed his beard orange? The man out here looking like a fucking pack of AA batteries. What's going on with that? Man out here looking like Duracell. Dereck Duracell Chisora. What's going on with all this orange that he's put all over his fucking beard and shit? What is the point of that? I mean, would I say it to his face? Absolutely not. But he's not doing us Boris Johnson supporters any favours, is he? He's not doing us Boris Johnson fans any favours, isn't he? Coming out dressing like that. Yeah, he looks like the Tango Man. That's a good one. Super Epiduce says Tango Man. Do you remember the Tango Man? Let me get that up. Do you guys remember Tango Man? That's a brilliant one. That's what I call Dereck Chisora. Dereck the Tango Man Chisora. Look. See if we can get away with this one. Look at this. That's what Dereck Chisora looking like. Dereck Chisora looking like the fucking Tango Man. Oh my gosh. It was what it was. Dereck the Tango Man Chisora. Is this the last chance saloon for Dereck Chisora? You know, a lot of people like to see him fight. Every time I say, look, if Chisora loses, he should retire. I get people like who get quite upset at me for saying that, you know. They say things like, oh, come on, Ultra. Chisora's fun. Oh, can someone tell me? Hand wraps. Apparently there's a delay because of hand wraps between Chisora and Pulev. Does anybody know more about this? Does anybody know more about this? So I'm just on the phone right now. Let me just see. Let me put this in Twitter. Sorry, 1 second. Chisora hand wraps. Apparently there's something going on with hand wraps behind the scenes or something. I can't find it. Okay, if anybody finds out anything, let me know. Daryl's had enough. Daryl says, sick of Chisora, hope he gets iced. Fuck on, Daryl. Come on, Dazza. Give a brother a break, man. Give a brother a break. It is what it is. Mark Stanton says, Chisora looked too far gone last time out. Hope this doesn't end bad. Do you know what, honestly? If Chisora gets cleaned out in this fight, all you're going to see me do is Google Chisora Wilder. That's all you're going to see me do. You're going to see me Google Chisora versus Wilder. I'm going to show you tweets from all those people who said that he's got a chance against Wilder. It is what it is. No, I can't see anything. All right. Richard from Twitter says, I want to see Chisora accompanied to the ring by Nigel with a pint of bitter. Let me tell you something about Dereck Chisora. We all know he's a big fan of Nigel Farage. I'm partial to a bit of Nigel Farage myself, as we know. God, can you imagine that? That would be one of the biggest heel turns of all time. Talk about heel turns. Do you know what I mean? Can you talk about heel turns? That would be a massive heel turn. Dereck Chisora coming to the ring with Nigel Farage. Do you know, listen, if Dereck Chisora wants to continue in boxing, right? This is what I would say to him, right? If Dereck Chisora loses this fight and wants to continue in boxing, if I was Eddie Hearn, I'd only allow him to come back to boxing on the ones. I'll say, Dereck, the only way I'm going to let you ever fight again on the zone is this. You have to come back and you have to do a British countryside posh man gimmick. A bit like Steven Regal. Do you remember Steven Regal in WWE? He used to come out and do that regal British lord gimmick. You know, the rich man, the pompous, I'm above you all, I'm more intelligent than you, you know, because I'm British gimmick. That's what I like to see. That's the only way Dereck Chisora should ever be allowed back in boxing if he gets beat by Pulev tonight. Eddie Hearn should write in his contract that Dereck Chisora, if you want to come back to boxing, you have to come back as Lord Steven Regal, accompanied to the ring by Nigel Farage, with his tweed cap and a pint of bitter. Fuck it, why not? I'd be up for that. Would you guys be up for that? Dereck Chisora doing the Steven Regal gimmick. Because that's what it is right now, isn't it? That's where we are right now, isn't it? Yeah, that's it, yeah. Del Boy in fox hunting gear with a riding crop. Listen, there's mileage in that. There really is some mileage in that. But it's either that or nothing. Right, Kubrat Pulev is on his way to the ring. How old is Kubrat Pulev? Let me tell you, do you know what? I wanted to talk about what happened with Kubrat Pulev and that journalist, but we can't talk about that. It is what it is. That's a damn shame, isn't it? Right, Kubrat Pulev is coming to the ring. You can see that there's a massive O2 crowd there waiting for him. Let's have a look. Let's try and get a bit of sound going here. There you go. Kubrat Pulev there, coming to the ring. It is what it is. Got a few people in the crowd tonight. Looks very, very comfortable, Kubrat. Of course, he's in the ring with a man he's already beat. That's the thing. People are talking like Kubrat Pulev ain't already beat Chisora. Oh, but what happens if this happens? What happens if that happens? But Kubrat Pulev's already beat this guy. I watched that fight live on Sky. It was what it was. So Kubrat Pulev is now in the ring. just been announced there by Iron Man, David Adamantium Diamante. In a couple of seconds, shortly, we'll be hearing Hotel California, and Dereck Chisora will be coming to the ring, hopefully for the last time in his career. But, you know, like I said before, you know, it's only July. It isn't Christmas time yet. It is what it is. If you would like to get your last-minute predictions in, now's the time. In fact, I'll even do a poll for you. All right? I'll even do a poll. I'm going to end this in the next 2 minutes, so get on this. It's in the chat. Right, Chisora's coming to the ring. Get this crap on. Hold on a minute. What's going on here? There we go. Right, who wins? Chisora or Pulev? There is currently a poll at the top of the screen. Chisora's coming to the ring. He's been walked to the ring by former amateur boxer Eddie Hearn. 1 second. Oh, sorry. 1 second. So Dereck Chisora's walking to the ring to Elvis Presley. You are always on my mind. Well, let me be honest and tell you, this fight tonight wasn't always on my mind. I forgot this fight was actually on until about 12 o'clock this afternoon while doing my stream. I realised, oh shit, yeah, it is Chisora versus Pulev tonight. So this fight isn't always on my mind, but it is what it is. Hopefully retirement is on Dereck Chisora's mind if he gets beaten in this fight tonight. As he walks to the ring, surrounded by a 90,000 strong crowd in the O2 Arena. Oh, sorry. Don't know why I've got Lord Steven Regal on. My bad. Let's have a look. 90,000 strong crowd here. Out there to see one of the icons of British boxing. Mark Stanton says, I dedicate this song to Laura Woods. Jesus Christ. You guys are getting all Ebony Bridges on me. Oh, that's quite sweet. That's Dereck Chisora ringside with is that his daughter and his partner? I'm not going to make fun of that. Jesus Christ. I mean, talk about fucking pressure. Jeez, his daughter is literally right next to the bloody ring. Wow. How do you feel about that? I don't know, maybe I'm a bit of a big softie, but that's kind of changed. That's kind of changed, you know. Maybe I don't want to see Chisora get iced. Daryl, where's Daryl? Daryl, take it back. Daryl saying, I hope he gets iced. Daryl, man, we got to take that back. Oh, I know, Daryl, I know. Nobody brings that up anymore. Nobody brings that up anymore, but it is what it is. We all make mistakes, Daryl. We all make mistakes. I've made a few. Yeah. What do you guys think about that? I mean, Dereck Chisora's little girl is fucking almost closer to the ring than the officials. I mean, talk about pressure. I mean, fuck. What do you guys think about that? That's a lot of pressure. I don't want to see Chisora get smashed to pieces in front of his daughter like that. That's not very nice. Do you remember when Luis Ortiz had his family at the Charles Martin fight? I watched that fight live. And do you know when Luis Ortiz was getting knocked down? Do you hear his child? His child was screaming. You could hear his child screaming. And you could see Luis Ortiz was getting up from the knockdowns. And then he was walking over towards his child. And he was telling his child, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. Do you remember that? That was pretty hard for me to watch. Because you could hear his child screaming when he was hitting the floor. And he kept getting up and telling her not to worry. And then obviously he delivered one of the knockouts of the year. He knocked Charles Martin into another dimension. But bloody hell. I mean, that is a tough watch. You know? That is a tough watch. Yeah, Joe Wall says Daryl's a savage. Yeah, Daryl can say what he wants because Daryl puts on gloves and gets in the fucking ring and takes punches. So Daryl gets a pass in this channel. He's entitled to say what he wants. It is what it is. But he's not playing games, is he? Vanguards of Manhood's not a big fan of Dereck Chisora's child sitting right there ringside. Boxing should be for over 16s at this level, not little kids. I think that's bizarre. But guys, what do you think about that? Press 1 if you agree, press 2 if you disagree. Like, I understand Dereck Chisora and his wife and like being in the crowd, but they're not even front row. I think they're sitting inside of the cordon. Am I right about that? I don't think they're even sitting like, I'm not even sure if that's front row. It looks like they're sitting inside the cordon. I mean, that's closer than close. I mean, if Pulev knocks Dereck Chisora out of the ring, I mean, he practically landed on his daughter's lap. So I mean, that made me uncomfortable. I'm just being honest. You know, I was bang up for Pulev doing a job tonight, and hopefully never having to hear of Dereck Chisora ever again. But I don't know now. I don't know. If Chisora won, I wouldn't be. Richie from Twitter says she's scoring the fight. Well, listen, she'd probably do a better job than some of the Canelo versus Bivol judges. Let's put it that way. Jesus Christ. If she does well on this one, get her on for Canelo versus Bivol rematch. Jesus Christ. Oh, some of these comments I can't read. Oh dear. Glam Chop says, not for me, but I'm pretty much up for people making their own decisions about stuff like that. It would be pretty traumatic for a young girl to watch her dad get smashed to bits. Well, it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. You better not do that against Wilder. That's all I'm going to say. Because I know you guys keep talking about Chisora and Wilder. Well, if he gets through Pulev tonight and gets to Wilder, he better not have his daughter ringside. I'm telling you that now. In fact, he better not even have her in the same city, because that is going to be very, very hard to watch. All right, let's get ready for the main event of the evening. I've managed to fill 1 hour and 7 minutes talking absolute bollocks. The haters hate me. They hate this show. They want me to kill myself. They might get their wish. They want me to die. They want me to overdose or medication and pass away. They want to beat me up. They want a friendly spar. I'm swami. I'm horrible. I'm Tory supporting. I'm all these things, and yet they still watch every single show. It is what it is. Shevin saying Dereck Chisora having his little girl ringside to watch him fight Wilder would be like Apollo Creed having his daughter ringside against Ivan Drago. I think you guys in the comment section are being absolutely outrageous, to be honest. There, shout out to Michael Page, who I can also see ringside in the corner as well. Thank you, Hirko. I appreciate you saying I'm great. I really need all the validation I can get tonight. Right, it's time for the final instructions.
I'll explain it to you. One thing I will say, I pay my steps all the time. Watch your heads and get it clean. Any questions? Let's go to.
Right, well, my stream is lagging, but I don't really care. Look, this ain't the kind of fight that, you know what I mean? This fight is an AJ versus Usyk 2. We're not going to be sort of, you know, restarting the stream because we're a little bit behind and all this kind of stuff. This stream is just called shit happens. You know, I'm not doing any special production for Chisora versus Pulev. This fight is whatever happens, happens. All right, I'll let you know when the round starts. We've got Dereck Chisora looking like a, you know what, in the corner versus Kubrat Pulev, and we are off as Dereck Chisora gets straight into Kubrat Pulev and he's on the front foot. So Chisora's on the front foot. I would say look for that little head position from Chisora. Look from that head position from Chisora early on. Let's see if Dereck Chisora can keep his eyes off the floor. Like I said earlier on, it's one thing to roll underneath an opponent's punches, but it's another thing to keep your head on your opponent's torso. And if you look there, Dereck Chisora does a very good job of rolling that jab from Kubrat Pulev. He rolled in and he rolled out, and his head was pointing towards the floor. So like I said before, just keep an eye on Dereck Chisora's head position, because that's what gets him into trouble in a lot of fights. If Kubrat Pulev develops some kind of right hand in this fight, Kubrat Pulev would do very, very well to bring the right uppercut, because Chisora is a sitting duck for the right uppercut. Well, let me just also say one other thing. Emily Eubank is looking absolutely lovely ringside tonight. She's ringside with Barry Hearn, Eddie Hearn, and Frank Smith. Lord knows what Frank Smith has ever done to pick up a woman like, well, I'm not sure how nice she's to be around, but listen, Emily Eubank is a very, very good looking woman. Looks like her mother, Karen. 1 minute, 50 seconds left in the first round. A whole lot of hugging and holding, and Kubrat Pulev is currently laughing. So right now, this fight is a bit like Care Bears, yeah? Imagine this fight, I will call this fight in a minute, glorified Care Bears. Lots of care, lots of hugging, lots of smiling, probably asking each other how was their day. Not a lot of punching going on at the minute. As Chisora there tries to get underneath the jab of Pulev, and I watched his head as he came in, and his head was pointing towards the floor. So, like I said before, same old Chisora, isn't it? Same old Chisora there. I'm watching Chisora's head position very carefully, and I see him trying to get underneath that jab. First thing he did was eyes to the floor. Like, watch his eyes. Watch where his eyes are pointing when he comes underneath the jab. Let's have a look. Right uppercuts right there for Kubrat Pulev, but Kubrat Pulev don't have much of a right hand in a minute. Lots of hugging. Chisora's working away well at the body. He's landing some good body shots there on Kubrat Pulev's ribs. Kubrat Pulev is still holding. Good left hook up on the inside there from Chisora. Kubrat Pulev still holding. It looks like Pulev's the one who wants to hold. Who do you guys think's actually like initiating this clinching? Pulev or Chisora? It's fucking Pulev. It's Pulev. Pulev's the one instigating the clinches because he can't keep him off. Yeah, Pulev's having a bit of trouble at the minute keeping Chisora off. You can see Chisora's closing the distance very, very fast. Pulev managed to land the jab. He's got no inside game, Pulev, in a minute, has he? He's got no inside game. Anytime, that was a good right hand there from Pulev. I'm not sure he did any damage, but that was a good right hand there from Pulev. But like I said before, there's no inside game there from Pulev. There's no cuteness on the inside. There's no turning. There's no clever placement of the shoulders. Anytime he gets up on the inside, there's two good jabs there from Chisora. Anytime Pulev's on the inside, he just sort of holds on, leaves his ribs wide open, and just letting Chisora hammer away at his ribs. And you saw there just almost a right uppercut there from Pulev. It looks like the shout out to Big Guala. Yes, Big Guala. It shouts like decent overhand right there from Chisora. I think Pulev caught that on his gloves. I would give that first round to Chisora if I'm being honest. Big Guala's calling it a lover's tiff. There ain't much punching going on, is there? A lot of hugging. I mean, so far, who said it was a romantic day? Danny Namadu is calling this a romantic fight. I mean, Dereck Chisora's coming out to Elvis Presley, You're Always on My Mind. And then the two of them are doing an awful lot of hugging and smiling up on the inside. Hey? Well, I'll tell you one thing. It's great for race relations. Hey? Race relations have never been better. So it's good for that. So if you like a bit of... if you're all for a bit of... if you're all for a bit of diversity, if you're a Green Party voter right now, you'd be loving the action you're seeing right now. All we're missing now, innit, is a... all we're missing now is a blanket and a picnic and a few daisies here. Pulev looks woeful. I've got Chisora 1-0 up. Let's have a look. So Chisora at the minute, start of round 2. We're 2 minutes 50 gone in round 2. And at the minute, Chisora doesn't have an answer. Sorry, Pulev doesn't have an answer for Chisora getting underneath his jab. The answer is the right uppercut, as Joseph Parker showed you in their fight. But Kubrat Pulev's been very, very reluctant to throw anything. He keeps wanting to throw straight shots. So if you look at Pulev wants to get off jabs and right hands, but he's not able to because Chisora is constantly rolling underneath his work. So Pulev wants to get his straight because Pulev's a very stiff, upright fighter, and he wants to get his 1-2s off, and he wants to get off his straight shots, but he's not able to. But the shot's there for him. The right uppercut. There you go. Right uppercut from Kubrat Pulev. There you go. It's almost like he's listening to this commentary. But Ultra Tech knows nothing about boxing. There you go. That's the shot that Kubrat Pulev needs, the right uppercut. If he can get that off, like I said, Kubrat Pulev threw a left and a right hook. There you go. And he's missing all of these shots. Oh, there's a good right uppercut that landed from Pulev, though. Do you see that? Do you guys see it? Press one if you see it, press one if you don't. That left uppercut from Pulev's there. Chisora looks unsteady on his feet. Can you see that right uppercut? It's right there. And like I said before, I can spot this stuff a mile away. And I'm not a boxing coach. I mean, it's embarrassing, you know, but it is what it is, isn't it? But you see Pulev there, looked like he might have hurt him there with the right uppercut. Chisora's there for it because, like I said before, he comes in, he drops his head down the centre line, and the only thing that's worse than dropping your head down the centre line when you're up that close is having your head over your front foot and pointing to the floor. And Chisora does all of that stuff at the same time. Do you know what I mean? He does all of that stuff. It's almost like he's a Joe Gallagher fighter on steroids. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like he's been coached by the evil twin of Joe Gallagher. It is what it is. I mean, he's backed up against the ropes and Pulev's backing him up with double jabs. He looks quite unsteady on his feet right now. It looks like his balance is completely shot. Pulev, the right uppercut is right there for Pulev. He's still not throwing it enough. He was right there. Good left hook to the body there by Dereck Chisora. Up on the inside. So good. Oh, that was a good short right hook to the head though from Kubrat Pulev. But Kubrat Pulev's there. He's not investing in the body. If you look at Joseph Parker in the last fight, doubled up to the body, hooks to the body, and then brought the uppercut upstairs. And as I said, those are punches that are proven to work really well against Dereck Chisora. All the way from the Tyson Fury rematch to his last fight against Joseph Parker. Those are punches that work really well against Chisora. Like left hooks to the body, right hooks to the body, uppercuts to the body, and then bring the uppercuts upstairs because of the way he comes in. He's there for it. So there you go. Another right uppercut there from Kubrat Pulev. Dereck Chisora was there for it. Let's go for what you guys see in the comments. Guerrero Shady says Chisora he looks awful. His balance is all over the place. Chisora. I have to say though, I do want to get a pair of those Everlast boxing boots he's wearing from Amazon. If anybody wants Dereck Chisora's boots, they're on Amazon for £99. I'm planning to get some next month. You guys are giving that a 1-1 round. I would say it's about 1-1 right now. Chisora looks like he's gassing quicker than usual, but Chisora always looks gassy in fights, and somehow he makes it through. I mean, if Kubrat Pulev was any kind of a puncher, I'm not sure if Dereck Chisora would still be on his feet, because he looks really, really unsteady on his feet right now. Press 1 if you agree with me and press 2 if you disagree. Do you think Dereck Chisora looks unsteady on his feet? Something on his balance. I don't know if it's because he's so tired and he's ragged, but there's something on his balance. His balance looks awful. The only reason why Chisora is still in the fight at this point is because Kubrat Pulev is obsessed with jab, right hands, left and right hooks. All his work is coming upstairs against an opponent who's rolling the shots. So Kubrat Pulev's going with a jab right hand, but by the time he throws the 2, Chisora's already rolled underneath it. So if you're Pulev, right, I would say, look, let's just go back to a bit of basics. Jab, left uppercut to the body. Yeah? Oh, excuse me, I'm a southpaw. Let's do that again. Jab, right uppercut to the body. Jab, right hook to the body. Yeah? So don't just keep throwing combinations upstairs because Chisora's rolling. He's rolling. Look at what Tyson Fury did to Chisora in fight 2. Jab, and then bring the uppercut to the body. Jab, left hook to the body. Bring the right uppercut. When he falls in over his front foot like he's doing right now, 2 minutes 40 to go in round 3. When he's falling over his front foot like he's doing right now, right uppercut comes over. Look, can you see Pulev? Pulev threw a left, right, left combination. And none of them landed because Chisora's rolling underneath the shots. So I would say to him, if I was in the corner now, get him behind the jab, just keep touching him with the jab, and off the jab to the body, because the body won't move. His head will move, but his body won't move. Off to the body. Invest in those right uppercuts, left hooks to the body. And then if you see that head come over his front foot, that's when we bring the right uppercut. If that makes sense. Daryl, are you listening? Daryl, if you are listening, does what I say make technical sense? You're a fighter. You know what I'm talking about. Let me know if what I said makes sense there. 1 minute 59 to go in round 3. Pulev is at the minute heading this fight for me, and there you go from Pulev there. Little double jab from Pulev, and then a little right uppercut. Didn't really hurt Chisora, but that's kind of what I'm asking for. Chisora at the end of the jab. There you go again from Pulev. You see that? There you go. He's got the plan now. Double jab, right uppercut, clean on the chin. There you go, and he nearly landed it again. There you go. It's exactly what I said, isn't it? Touch him up with the jab, and then when you see the head come over the front foot, bring the right uppercut. Or, bring the uppercut to the body if the head's not coming over the front foot. Touch, and get the work off. And that's all you got to do in this fight. That's all you got to do. And Pulev seems like he's getting into a rhythm, yeah. I agree with you, Vanguards. Pulev looks like now he's beginning to get into a rhythm with the distance. And again, that right uppercut's right there for him anytime he wants it. There you go. He just put another little sneaky one in there. LD Phoenix says, War Boris, ultra nosy stuff. Look, I think I'm doing a good job of calling this fight in a minute. That'll be the fight. Touch with the jab, and then just bring the uppercut to the body or the head. It'll be there for you every time. Then there you go. Pulev's now, he's got it. He's got the memo on the right uppercut now. He's throwing it with a lot more often. And another good thing that Pulev's doing is he's turning. You see there, 30 seconds to go in round 9. Pulev's back touched the ropes and he turned very quickly. You've got to turn against Chisora because anytime your back touches the ropes against Chisora, you know he's going to look for that overhand right. He'll look for the overhand right anyway, but especially when you're backed up against the ropes. He's going to look to load up on that overhand right as soon as he's got you cornered. So Pulev did a good job there. He was cornered and then he quickly got Chisora and he turned him. Turned him nice and early. Turn early, take him back to the centre. Pulev went for a jab right uppercut. That one landed. There you go. So you can see Pulev now is obviously he's a student of Ultratech boxing now. There you go. Pulev's doing exactly what I'm saying. Touch jab, right uppercut. Bring up the right uppercut there. You guys are a lot more ahead of me, but I don't care. My fight's still going on. So I think I'm probably be about 30 seconds ahead of you, but it is what it is. And you know what? And do you know what Pulev can start to do now? So you see in that round, I've got Pulev 2-1 up, yeah? Pulev started to bring the right uppercut into play, right? Off that jab. As we said before, Dereck Chisora, technically, I have to be honest, is awful, yeah? Again, your head shouldn't come over your front foot like that. Your head shouldn't fall down the centre line in that way. You should take your head off the line. And his head position, his eye position, he's always looking at the floor instead of looking at the opponent's torso. So that's part of the problem that Chisora has in these fights. Now that Chisora can see that Pulev's softening him up with a right uppercut, you know what Pulev can start to do? Bring the left hook into play, because Pulev's got a very, very good left hook. So jab, left hook off the jab. Does that make sense? Jab and left hook off the jab. Shadow is saying the scorecards have got Chisora. Oh, okay. Geez, I thought. Listen, you never know. It's the zone, so you never know. 120 in the chat. Please feel free to hit the like button. We've got 120 and only 63 likes. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button if you would like to be a part of the chat. Round 4 has just started. I've got Kubrat Pulev 2-1 up in this fight. You can see the right uppercut, which is the shot against Dereck Chisora, is working very nice for Kubrat Pulev. Nice double jab there from Dereck Chisora. Dereck Chisora closing the distance a lot quicker. He's quickened his feet up in this round. Quickened his feet up a lot more. He's up the pace a lot more in this round. What I would say if you're Kubrat Pulev now is you start bringing the left. Bringing the left hook. Kubrat Pulev's got an excellent left hook, and I will start thinking about left hooking off the jab. Jab, jab, maybe lead left hook. Jab, jab, lead left hook, because Chisora at the minute will be beginning to see that right uppercut. He'll know that he's been set up for that right uppercut. So yeah. Oh, that's a good overhand right from Chisora. Don't think it hurt Kubrat Pulev, but he did land clean. A scoring shot. You know, Pulev's got to keep those hands high on the back foot. Pulev's doing a very good job of touching Chisora and keeping him off back. Do you see what's going on here, yeah? Do you know when Pulev's touching him with the jab and Chisora's trying to roll, slip, ride and all that kind of stuff? The reason why it's very good for Pulev is because he's keeping Chisora off balance. And Chisora's not in a position to punch. Does that make sense? So when Pulev's sort of touching him, prodding him, touching him up with that jab, touch, 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 and Chisora's dipping, rolling, weaving, he's not really in a position to land anything. Can you see there? You see it there, 1 minute 40 there. Yeah, Chisora tried to get off the overhand right off a roll, and he couldn't do it. That was a good right uppercut there from Kubrat Pulev. And that's what's nice about touch jabs. You know, you throw them touch, touch, touch. It allows you to measure distance, set the feet, but keep the opponent off balance. And that's two good right hands from Kubrat Pulev off that touch jab. Like I said, when he's touching Chisora with that jab and he's throwing those touches, Chisora's off balance. He's keeping Chisora off balance. Chisora's rolling, slipping, riding, but he's never really in a position to punch. He never leaves himself in a position to counter. So he's constantly on the defensive. And that's why he's getting picked off in a minute. That was a good left hook there. There you go from Pulev. Good left hook there from Kubrat Pulev. That left hook should be coming into play move. I appreciate that, DK. Good and nice. Thank you very much, man. I really appreciate it. But like I said before, look, I do go to the boxing gym. I don't make up stories. So it is what it is. There's a lovely right hand, short right hand there from Kubrat Pulev. Lovely short right hand. If you look at Chisora, watch Chisora's head position. Watch where his head's falling. Look, do you see that? Pulev went for the big right uppercut and just missed. He threw another one and he's just missed. This is getting dicey now. Just watch Chisora's head position. Just watch it. Watch his head position. Watch how his head falls over his front foot and he falls in head first. Pulev's seeing it all the time. Something big could land here. Because Chisora's gassed. If you look at it, there's a good short right hand off those touch jab. Another good short right hand from Pulev. Left hook, right hook. Good shots from Pulev. And like I said before, he's just touching him off that jab. He's not expending any energy. He's not pushing out. This is why we talk constantly about why touch jabs are really important in boxing. You don't have to. He's not wasting energy against the pressure fighter. He knows, look, I need all the energy that I can get against the pressure fighter. If he's not sitting there, with the stiff jab, pumping out the stiff jab. The stiff jab would allow himself to get countered. You come in behind, you come to a fight like Dereck Chisora, right? You step in behind a stiff jab, you overcommit, you leave yourself exposed, he throws an overhand right, you could be on the floor. You throw touch jabs, it's completely different. You throw touch jabs, you're keeping Chisora at a distance. Chisora's ducking, swaying, weaving, trying to get underneath the jab. He's off balance. He's not in a position to punch, and you're not overcommitting. And that's what's key from Pulev here. He's not overcommitting. He's not falling into the shots. The worst thing you can do against someone like Dereck Chisora, who throws a lot of loopy shots, a lot of loopy right hands, a lot of looping left hooks, you don't want to fall to the inside. You want to be keeping distance constantly. And touch jabs are what allow you to do that. It's allowing Pulev to adjust his feet. Touch. I know where he is. Adjust my feet. Touch, touch. He's keeping Chisora off balance, and then he's getting all of his work off that. That's why Pulev's been so... That's a great right uppercut to the body there from Pulev off the touch jab. And that's why Pulev's been so effective. Tony Bellew has this fight 38-38. What do you guys think about that? Tony Bellew's got this fight a draw. No way. He's got it 2-2. I've got Pulev 3-1, and Pulev, for me, even in this round, has been tagging Chisora for the first 30 seconds. He's tagging him for a laugh. Can you believe that Tony Bellew has this fight even? Yo, Ade, someone needs to get Ade out of there. I feel sorry for Ade. Ade's got to spend all day with this man. Oh, big shots from Pulev. Chisora was staggered there. Touch jab, right hook from Pulev. Right at the top of the head. Another right hand right at the top of the head. And Chisora's just got no defense. This is a really bad fight. I mean, Dereck Chisora, with all due respect, he has no defense whatsoever. You know, he looks, to be honest, and like I say, anything can happen in boxing. He might land that bingo right hand, but short of a Hail Mary punch, he looks like a finished fighter. He looks every bit a finished fighter, to be honest. And, you know, any talk of him getting in the ring with someone like Deontay Wilder, anybody involved in negotiating any kind of fight between Chisora and Wilder should be ashamed of themselves. It's this, it's a big left uppercut there from Kubrat Pulev, right on the chin. Jesus. Yeah, Pulev conceded. Oh my! Just look at Chisora's head position. At this point with Chisora, he's literally fighting head first. Let's just try and see Chisora's head position. Look at his eye. Can you guys see? Yes or no? Press 1 if you agree. Press 2 if you disagree. Watch Chisora's eyes when he's rolling. Can you see his eyes hitting the floor? Just watch. He's not even looking at the opponent when he's rolling. He's rolling. Just watch when he's rolling. His head's looking at the floor. Actually, hold on. Maybe I'm wrong. I had to look there. 55 seconds to go. A couple times there. Maybe it's the camera angle. But it's the way he fights is so dangerous. It's so dangerous. He's walking into a barrage of punches and he's betting on his chin. And in boxing, you can't bet on your chin like that. The heads are going in, the referee's doing absolutely nothing about it, which I don't know what you guys think. Snazzy Azzy says there's too many rabbit punches. I mean, the referee isn't doing a very good job of protecting Pulev at the minute. But for me, all the quality work, all the clean work is coming from Pulev. He goes for another uppercut and just misses. And Pulev isn't even known for being great with his right hand, is he? Pulev's more of a left hand, left hook man. So, Jesus, Lord, Chisora's having, against the ropes there. Pulev is looking for all sorts there. Pulev keeps looking for that jab, right hand, left hook, and Chisora's rolling that left hook. But Chisora, it doesn't look good for Chisora at the minute there. Barry Hearns there is trying to tell Chisora what to do in the corner. What do you guys think? You know what, at this point, like I said before, we'll go on Twitter and we'll have a look at and see on Twitter quickly what people think. But what do you guys think about Chisora's performance? Rate Chisora out of 10 so far. In the comment section right now, I'll read your comments out. If you like to subscribe, please hit the subscribe button and be part of the chat. If you like to hit the like button because you like what you hear, please do. For me, as somebody who likes defense, right? You guys know I'm a big fan of defense. I'm a big fan of, protect yourself in the ring at all times. I'm being honest, for me, this is hard to watch. But maybe I'm over-egging the pudding a bit. I mean, look, it's heavyweight boxing, Anything can happen. It's heavyweight boxing. But for me, it's a bit hard to watch, to be honest. Because this is a fighter that's, really part. Guerrero Shelley's giving Chisora -10 out of 10. Vanguard's giving him a 5 out of 10. Joe's saying 2 out of 10 is generous. Davis saying 3 out of 10 times his body shot's decent. Shevan's giving him a 0. James Allen's giving Chisora a 3 out of 10 so far. I am 2 minutes 50 into round 6. I've got Kubrat Pulev 4-1 up in this fight. Tony Bellew has either got Chisora up by 1 or Pulev up by 1. I think so far this isn't even a close fight, to be honest. I think all the scoring shots are being landed by Kubrat Pulev, other than the first round. It's more of the same. Dereck Chisora is struggling to get into range. Kubrat Pulev's touch jabbing him. They're up close. Some good body work up on the inside from Kubrat Pulev. Mark Stanton's giving him a 0. He's barely looking where he's throwing. That's a good left hook there. Right hand from Kubrat Pulev. And again, it's Chisora's rolling. And as he's coming up from the roll, he's coming up into punches. The thing about Chisora, which is interesting, and I could be wrong, but Chisora rolls, Chisora, he uses a lot of head movement, but he always comes up on the center line. And that's why he's walking into all these punches. Like, he doesn't come up, and for a guy who rolls his head a lot, but his head always comes up on the center line. That's what it's looking like, but I'll have to wait and see. Does that make sense, what I just said? If that makes sense, press 9. If that doesn't make sense, press 0. But if you look at the way Chisora's rolling his head, he rolls his head up, left, right. But when his head comes up, it always comes up on that center line. I could be wrong. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of, like, it doesn't look like he ever comes up at an angle or he slips at an angle. It looks like every time he rolls left and then he rolls right. But when he comes up, he's always coming up on that centre line. Every time. Just watching him carefully. Oh, that's a big left hook from Kubrat Pulev. Jab, right hand, left hook. Left hook landed flush. And he stunned Chisora for a bit. When he rolls, when Chisora's rolling, let's just see where his head comes up. Because it's good to roll punches, right? But it's also about when you bring your head up from the roll, where's your head coming up? Because it always looks to me like Chisora's doing a lot of rolling, right? But his head still comes up right in between the centre line. Which is why Pulev's occasionally catching him with hooks on the way up. Let's see now. He's rolling. I don't know. Oh, no, his head's coming right down the centre line. He's just falling into hooks. Jesus Christ. I could be wrong. I'm going to ask a professional coach about that. Maybe I'll ask Mark Tibbs about what he thinks about that. You roll. Daryl knows. Daryl fights like that. Daryl's a roller. Daryl's a roll and counter. What's he warning Kubrat Pulev for? Wow, what's that? Marcus McDonald's is now warning Kubrat Pulev. What's he warning him for? For being too far ahead in the fight? What is going on here? One sec, my DAZN's crashed. Let me just log back into DAZN. All right, we're back. Let's just see. What's he warning for? That looked like a big. Right, it's the end of that 6th round. Well, how have you guys got it so far? I've got it 5-1 to Kubrat Pulev at the end of 6. Can you guys give me a thing? How have you got it? Oh, there's a cut over Pulev's eye. Where's that come from? Is that coming from a punch or is that come from heads? That's not a good cut, you know. Let me see where that is. I don't think the blood will be going into his eye, but let's have a look. Oh, that's not good at all. But I think the blood will just go around the eye. How have you guys got it? I've got it 5-1 to Kubrat Pulev. Tell me how you guys have got it so far. Oh yeah, it's his head. His head. And you know what I said about Dereck Chisora's heads coming up the centre line? Well, there's your proof, because if you look at the replay, his head came right up on the centre line and he nearly broke Kubrat Pulev's jaw there. That was huge. So there you go. And that's what I'm saying about rolling. I'm not sure if it's always wise when you roll and dip for your head to come up on the centre line. But we'll see. Anyway, we're into round 7 now. 2 minutes 50 to go in round 7. That's not a very nice cut. Looking over Pulev's eye. Shevon's saying it's from a punch. Can somebody tell me, was that cut from a punch or was that cut from the heads? Because the heads are going in an awful lot. Right, some of you guys have got Chisora 4-2. Some of you have got it 5-1. Okay, let's continue. 2 minutes 30 to go. Good body shot there from Dereck Chisora up on the inside. Good left hook to the body. Kubrat Pulev is leaving the body wide open. So Dereck Chisora, when he's rolling, you know, he's been looking for that overhand right all night tonight, and he hasn't had a lot of success. The one thing about Chisora is, Chisora's a guy who always looks like he's blown out of his arse, but he somehow always makes it 12 rounds. So if Kubrat Pulev is planning on Dereck Chisora not being there anytime soon, he might want to rethink his game plan. Could we see a late fight salvo from Chisora? But so far for me, it's Pulev is clearly ahead in this fight. Nice little short right hand from Pulev. This is a closer round, though. Closer round. You know Pulev, yeah? Just needs to be careful for that overhand left. Because, you know, he leaves that... oh, it's a good short right hand from Kubrat Pulev. But it just needs to keep that chin tucked. Keep that left hand tight. Just watch out for that overhand right. Because that's nice work from Pulev there. See Kubrat Pulev there. He's tapping Chisora with the jab and he's landing right hand after right hand. Tap, tap, right hand. He's landing a couple of left hooks. The other thing I'll say about Kubrat Pulev is he is leaving that left hand out an awful lot. You know, one thing we talk about on this channel a lot is off the left hand, even if you're touching, just try and bring it back to your chin. Oh, it's a good uppercut from Pulev. I'm not sure if that landed. But you just got to be careful against Chisora, because Chisora's got a very, very good overhand right. And if you look at Pulev's hand position, look at Pulev's left hand. He leaves it out. Look how far Pulev's left hand is from his chin. Look, constantly leaving it out. Can you see? It's never coming back to his chin at all. He's touching with it. He's clinching with it. He's doing everything with it. But that left hand is never near his chin. Watch his left hand position. And that's a sign of fighters being gassed. Chisora seems to be... You guys think Chisora's having a better round here. Pulev, look at Pulev's left hand. That left hand's never coming back to that. There you go. Well, good from Pulev. He picked it up. Chisora saw the overhand right, and Pulev. See, this is what I see as the cleaner work there from Pulev to me. He's landing the cleaner work. 2 right hands from Pulev in the corner. Chisora tried to respond with the left hook and just missed. Look for the overhand right. Pulev ducked out of range. How do you think this round's going so far? I've got 20 seconds left in round 7. I think a couple of you guys are looking at Chisora for this round. Oh, that was that was it. That was a good overhand right from Chisora. Again, you see Pulev, his left hand was just somewhere else. His left hand was back in Bulgaria. Do you know what? It looks like Chisora's beginning to get on top of him in this round, you know. This fight is it looks like it's beginning to turn, doesn't it? All of a sudden, Chisora's feeling like he could force a stoppage here. Pulev did not look good on his feet there at all. Maybe it's the pace of the fight is getting to Pulev. You know what? That left hand from Pulev is all over the place. His left hand isn't tight at all. Let's have a look at the replay on the zone here. I thought Pulev landed some good right hands, but I thought Chisora's worked great, landed a few good shots, and that overhand right won it. There you go. Oh, he hit Pulev with the inside of the glove wrist area. That will hurt even more. Jesus Christ. Then Chisora rolls underneath the jab, and he's basically hit Pulev with the inside of his fucking wrist with that shot. Oh. Oh. Brutal. And you can see Pulev blinking from that cut. That cut doesn't look very good at all. Yeah, Chisora landed a bicep. Oh, that cut's horrible. Oh, my God. That cut is absolutely dreadful. Jesus Christ. No wonder the doctor... What's going on now? Fucking hell. That cut is awful. The fight hasn't started. Round 8 hasn't started yet. They're currently cleaning something up in the corner. Pulev's in a bit of trouble in this fight. He's got a very, very bad cut, and Chisora smells blood. Their heads are going all over the place. Again, for Pulev now, footwork's going to be the key to the fight. Footwork's going to be the key to that fight. He's touching Chisora with that jab. You know what Chisora's going to do? Chisora's going to bull rush and throw the overhand right. So, can Pulev, has he got enough in the tank to adjust the feet and counterpunch? Good right hand there from Kubrat Pulev. Not sure that landed, but a good right hand. Got Chisora at the end of that jab again. Good double jab from Pulev, but the key is going to be the footwork. Because you know what Chisora's going to do. Chisora's going to try and roll and right hand. So Pulev needs to adjust his feet. And he just about avoids that right hand. That was a lovely right hook to the body from Pulev, but he just about escaped that right hand. Jesus Christ. That right hand just whizzed by him. He looks gassed to pieces. Pulev's footwork is going to determine whether he leaves this fight in a fucking... if he leaves this fight on his feet or if he leaves this fight off his feet. That's going to determine purely on what his feet have got left. Because some of these right hands from Chisora are just whizzing by. Right now, I've got Pulev up in the fight. I think Pulev's landing the cleaner punches, to be honest. I don't think Chisora's landing anything meaningful. Good right hand there from Pulev. Right hand, jab, right hand, left hook combination. The right hand got through the guard. So a better round from Pulev. But he needs slow rounds. He needs slow rounds. And what worries me about Pulev is his left hand position. You know what's coming from Chisora. Roll, overhand right. So you've got to pick up that left hand. Toby Players say it's a better round from Pulev in this round. I would agree. We've got 1 minute 20 to go in round 8. I've got Pulev up in this round. It seems like Chisora's footwork has slowed a little bit. Looking at the punch stats, look at this. According to the zone, Chisora and Pulev have nearly landed the same amount of punches. These punch stats look bizarre to me. They're saying that Dereck Chisora's landed 107 punches. Does that seem right to you? Press 1 if that seems right to you. Press 2 if you disagree. They're saying Chisora's landed 110 punches. Good right hand there. Oh, good right hand, left hook from Pulev. Oh, another one. Right uppercut as well. But I'm not sure how much power there's in there. Good shots from Pulev. Jab, right hand, left hook landed clean on a button. And then Pulev then followed that up with a right uppercut on the chin. Clean. But, big right hand from Pulev. Chisora's on his, he's hurt. Jesus. Big shots there from Pulev. Big shot. Oh, what a left hook from Chisora. Jesus Christ. Right hand, left hook from Chisora. Clean on the button. The Pulev just ate it and carried on. Clean on the button. God. That was a huge shot from Chisora. Right hand missed. Right hand was blocked. Left hook was clean on the button from Chisora. Clean. Pulev just ate it. That round I'm giving to Pulev. I thought Pulev hurt him in that round. You can see Chisora took a right hand and he staggered back onto the ropes. Jesus. Let's have a look at this now. I'm just watching the DAZN replay. Jab from Pulev. Another touch jab. Left hook. There you go. Right uppercut. It was the right uppercut that took him. There you go. Maybe I should be a coach. That's the shot I've been calling for all night. It was the right uppercut that hurt Chisora and had him banged up. And how did he set it up? Just like I said. Yeah? Touch with the jab. When Chisora's head goes low and he brings his head over that front foot, right uppercut. And you saw exactly what I said in the commentary all fight. Pulev pulled it off there. Jab. Chisora's head came over his front foot, and Pulev timed him with that right uppercut. Bang on the chin. And Chisora was all over the place after that shot. I've got it 6-2 to Kubrat Pulev, but I can smell some very, very questionable cards coming up. I can smell some very questionable cards. I mean, listen, this is the same company that had fucking Chisora being close with Usyk. The thing with Chisora is, what you got to look at with Dereck Chisora is you got to look at quality punches. He's a workhorse, Chisora, isn't he? He's a hard worker. It's a good jab, right hand. Another good jab, right hand from Pulev. Oh, another jab, right hand from Pulev. That left hook from Chisora didn't land. The crowd are cheering for Chisora, but what happened was Chisora hit Pulev's elbow and knocked him off balance, as far as I'm aware. What you guys think? Oh, another jab, right hand from Pulev. Jesus. Pulev can't miss. Oh, right uppercut from Pulev, but left hook from Chisora. What do you guys think? But it looked like there was another right hand from Pulev, but the right uppercut from Pulev earlier on looked like had Chisora in trouble again. He's there for it again. Pulev, it's another, left right hand clean from Chisora. Bloody hell. There's no defense. This is just a brawl. Jesus Christ. Chisora's now fighting back. He's hit Chisora with a left and a right hook as Chisora's turning. This is now turning into a Dereck Chisora round. Jesus Christ almighty. Listen, it's a good fight to watch. You know, it's very entertaining. It's classic Chisora. There's no technical skill, but he's got a lot of heart. He looked in big trouble early on, and now Pulev looks like the one's good duck there from Pulev. Chisora went with the overhand right, and Pulev ducked underneath it and made him miss. You know, no one ever questioned Dereck Chisora's heart. You can never, ever question Dereck Chisora's heart. But this fight is unbelievable. Oh, there's a good right hand there, right at the end there from Chisora. Did that land clean? Pulev just ate it. Good right hand from Pulev, but he needs to go back to that uppercut. Chisora's head's all over the place, and he won't throw it. Pulev keeps trying to throw that right hand. Go back to that right uppercut. God, how are you guys scoring this round? I might be... I don't know. I was leaning towards Chisora, but Pulev landed another right hand over the top there. Pulev's pushing the action. Let's see. I think it's still up for grabs. How have you guys got this round? Another overhand right from Chisora. I'll probably lean towards Chisora. I've got 30 seconds left in this round. Probably lean towards Chisora. Pulev's got to be careful for Dereck Chisora's counter-punching. Chisora does play possum, and then he explodes with shots. And Chisora's backed up against the ropes right now, yeah? And it looks like Pulev's getting on top of him. But you've got to be careful with Chisora, because Chisora likes to play possum and then explode with the overhand left, or with the overhand right. I'm looking right towards the end of this round. It's a tough round to score. It really is. That could go anywhere. I don't know. I think it might go to Chisora. Chisora landed a left hook just at the end of that round. I thought the quality was from Pulev, but I think maybe Chisora. There you go. The cocaine heads in the crowd are absolutely loving it. Toby Blair's has got it 6-3. That's about what I've got it, I think. About 6-3 to Pulev. Let's have a look at the replay. Snazzy Yazzy's saying Chisora is getting this if it goes to the cards. Probably is, isn't he? Not sure. Can anybody tell me what Tony Bellew's scorecard is? Does anybody know what Bellew's scorecard is? Somebody said Bellew's getting slaughtered on Twitter. I'd probably lean towards Chisora in that round there. But look at the shot. I mean, Pulev's landing some monster right hands. Look at this. Vanguards of Manhunt's got it 5-4 to Pulev. Okay. Bellew has got Chisora a round up. Okay. I'm not convinced by that, but it is what it is. But then again, Tony Bellew and Dereck Chisora are mates, aren't they? These Dereck Chisora fights, like I said before, I don't score points for hitting arms and hitting gloves, so we'll have to wait and see. Right, so Dereck Chisora, Tony Bellew's got Dereck Chisora up by 1. I don't. I've got it 6-3 to Pulev, but we'll have to wait and see. All right, we're into round 10 now. Pulev's on the front foot. 2 minutes 40 to go in round 10. Pulev's on the front foot and he's nailing jabs on Pulev. Overhand right from Chisora. It just looked like it missed to me, but we'll have to wait and see. It just looked like that overhand right missed. I don't know. I'm not scoring it like that. Overhand right from Chisora just looked like it missed for me, but we'll have to wait and see. I've got it with the sound down, as you can see. So I'm not being influenced by any commentators. It's more of the same, really. Pulev, like I said, it's given up a bit on that right uppercut. You can see Chisora. Look at his head movement. Chisora's head's pointing towards the floor when he's rolling the shots. So he's a sitting duck for a right uppercut, and Pulev won't throw it. He keeps throwing right hand, left hook combinations, and Chisora keeps rolling them. If you look at all the success, if you look at the biggest punches that Kubrat Pulev has landed in this fight has been the right uppercut. I would say he needs to consider trying to set that shot up again. The referee's warning Kubrat Pulev like he's going to take a point off, which probably tells you that Kubrat Pulev's winning this fight. Because when British referees start wanting to take a point off the foreign opponent, that's a pretty good sign that they're ahead in the fight. You know how these British referees go. Stephen Pope is saying the radio have Dereck 4 up. Wow, really? We'll have a look on Twitter in a minute. The radio have got Dereck 4 up. For what? Jesus, I don't know. Like, in this round, who are you giving this round to so far? There's hardly been any clean work. I haven't seen Chisora land any clean work on Pulev. What do you guys think? 1 minute 20 to go in round 10. Look like a right uppercut there, a left uppercut from Pulev. It looks like Pulev's bossing it a little bit. What do you guys think? Who's bossing this round? So far, I haven't seen any clean work from Chisora in this round. All I've seen is him on the end of a Pulev jab. There you go. Double jab right hand there from Kubrat Pulev. I don't understand. What are we scoring these rounds for Chisora for? Rabbit punches on the inside. Is that how we're scoring fights? For Rabbit punching on the inside? He's not landing anything. Oh, good left hook there from Pulev. He needs to turn and change the angle though. You know what? You know what's gone from Pulev? Because he's so tired and ragged. That little turn he was doing. In the early round, when Chisora was backing Pulev up, Pulev was quick to clinch and turn. If you look now, he's getting back. Oh, that's a good overhand right from Chisora. That landed clean. That's a clean shot from Chisora. 25 seconds left in round 1. An overhand right from Chisora. That was a clean shot. But for the most part of the round, he's been on the end of a jab. So I'm not sure. We'll go to your scores in a second. But for the most part, he's been on the back foot in this fight. Another left hand there from right hand from Kubrat Pulev, right on the button. But we'll go in a minute. To me, it looks like a Pulev round. Chisora has landed like, oh, there you go, right at the end of the round. He landed. Oh, what overhand right from Pulev! Wow! Chisora landed a massive overhand right on Pulev, and then Pulev landed a massive overhand right on Chisora right at the end of the round. Who have you got in that round? I'll be honest with you, I would genuinely go towards Pulev in that round. I just felt that he pushed the action and he had Chisora at the end of that jab and he was doing him up with that double jab. Right hand was coming underneath it. Chisora landed 2 really good overhand rights in that fight and then Pulev landed one just at the end. I personally would have given that just to Pulev, but we'll see. How would you have given that? They're showing the 2 good right hands now that Pulev, that Chisora, and look at that big overhand right. But the thing is, what the zone aren't showing, which is down to them, is right. Pulev had Chisora on the end of that. This is why I'm scoring rounds for Pulev because when Chisora landed 2 good overhand rights, but for me, like you can hear me panicking a bit there because I'm questioning what's going on here. What are people seeing? If you've got a guy at the end of the jab, he's getting hit with double jabs, right hands. Like we're giving this guy points, right? I don't understand what's going on. Let's go on Twitter. Round 11 out of 12. Let me see what this is scoring on Twitter very, very quickly. 1 sec. Let me see how people are scoring this on Twitter. Mate, I'm a bit worried that I'm in the twilight zone. I've got Pulev quite far up in this fight. Sorry, just give me a sec. I just want to see what people are saying online. Good fight to watch. Right, so this guy's got it, Pulev 1 up. I've got Pulev way more than 1 up. It's going to be like one of those Usyk fucking... This guy's got it 6-4 to Chisora. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ, what are we scoring rounds for? That's how this guy's got it. This guy's got it all square going into 11th. Okay. Maybe I'm blind. I don't think so, but That's me, you know. I like to give rounds for clean punches. I don't give rounds for hitting arms and gloves. Right. Sorry about that. 2 minutes 10 to go in round 11. Chisora's in the corner. Again, the problem with Pulev is, and this is what we spoke about, Pulev keeps falling in. You see what's going to happen here? Chisora's playing possum in the corner. He's going to explode with a right hand left hook because Pulev is falling right in. He's making a mistake. Chisora's playing possum, does this all the time. And you know what Chisora's going to do? He's going to play possum, then he's going to explode with the shot. So Pulev needs to be super careful because Chisora's pretending like he's hurt, but he's not. I mean, Pulev is landing all sorts on him. There you go. Chisora explodes with the overhand right and just misses. There you go. Chisora explodes with the left hook. This is what Chisora does. He plays possum and waits for a guy to fall in, and then he explodes. But in the meantime, Dereck Chisora hasn't done any work for 1 minute 30 seconds of this round. He's just been at the end of a jab and a right hand. So why are we giving rounds to Chisora? For what? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what are we giving rounds to Chisora for? He's done nothing in this round. There's 1 minute 10 left. He's done nothing. Why are people saying he's winning the fight and giving him rounds for being at the end of a jab? You need to be a little bit busier. Right uppercut there from Kubrat Pulev. Double jab right hand from Kubrat Pulev lands clean. Double jab lands clean from Pulev. And this round's been literally all Kubrat Pulev. So I'm trying to figure out where people are getting this 4-4 from. But I could be wrong. Let's wait and see. Who have you got this round for? Don't tell me Bellew's got this round for Pulev as well. Jeez. Don't tell me Bellew's got this round for Pulev as well. You know, Pulev should... He looked for the left hook to the body. Pulev. Let me give you a technical tip here. The key for Pulev's got... Chisora's basically been in the corner for the entire round, right? But the mistake that Pulev's making is that he's falling in a little bit. He's falling in. You just see him falling into range. Should be keeping Chisora arm's length at all times because Chisora will play possum, he'll roll and explode with a shot. And you've got to be careful with that. But other than that, it is what it is. Going towards the end of the round. Stephen Pope says Carl Froch has Chisora 6 up. Jesus, Carl Froch must be on some... on some of what Kalasao lands on. Who have you given that last round to? I've given that to Kubrat Pulev. Give us your scores. We're going into the final round. How have you guys got it into the final round? I've got it, yeah, about 8-3-ish, something like that. 8-3, 7-4. 8-3, 7-4, I would say. Pulev. How have you guys have got it? Mark Stanton's got it 8-3. Shadow Project's got it 8-3. Toby Player's got it 8-3. How have you got it going into that last round? Guerrero Shelley, easy fighter score 8-3. I thought, it was what it was, but I keep hearing these stories about, Chisora's rolling back the years on social media. We'll have to wait and see. We're into the final round. I had a feeling this would be an entertaining fight. Not a lot of... Tony Bellew's got Chisora up by 1 going into the last round. So Tony Bellew's got Chisora up by 1. We'll have to wait and see. All right, I'm expecting a good round here from Chisora. And you can see there, he gets Pulev up close. Good right uppercut. Pulev got hit with a right hand by Chisora, but he spun him on the ropes and brought him onto a right uppercut. Oh, you can see Chisora's been saving the image up. He's really going to go for it right now. This is it. You see Chisora's going for it. Chisora's absolutely going for it. Not the sign of a man who's comfortably up in a fight, I have to say. Oh, it's a good jab right hand from Chisora. From Pulev, sorry. Pulev with a lovely jab right hand. Spun Chisora's head around. That's what I'm scoring for there. See, for me, those are the 2 best punches of the round there. Kubrat Pulev with a lovely little jab right hand. Another jab right hand on Chisora there as well. Went for a jab right hand again. Chisora rolled underneath it. The 2 of them are tying up and singing each other love cuddles in the middle. Vanguards of Man said, could this be a draw? Well, we're in England, so if it's anywhere near close. The bad thing about this fight is this fight has been so entertaining. It looks like the Dereck Chisora is going to continue, doesn't it? It looks like we're going to get more Chisora on the zone. Personally, I do think he should consider retiring, but we'll talk about it after the fight. Dereck Chisora with a left hook there, but Pulev, for me, caught that with his right glove. I don't know if the judges and commentators... Tony Bellew probably scored that left hook, but I looked at that very, very carefully, and to me, it looked like Kubrat Pulev caught that left hook on his right glove, so I didn't score that shot. But maybe Tony Bellew and DAZN are scoring that. Maybe that's why their compy box thinks Dereck Chisora's landed something like 200 punches. It is what it is. 1 minute 25 to go in round 12. For me, this is a Kubrat Pulev round going so far. But you know what Chisora's going to do? He's going to explode. The last 20 seconds, Chisora's going to shoe shine. That's what he does. The last 20 seconds of the fight, there's a good overhand right from Chisora. There you go. There you go. Good overhand right from Chisora. Pulev played... Oh, good uppercut there from Pulev, though. Oh, that was interesting. Good uppercut there from Pulev. And he's got Chisora trapped on the ropes. Let's have a look. Good right hand from Pulev. That looked like a good shot. Pulev's pushing it there, but Pulev keeps falling in. That's why he got caught with that overhand right. He's not judging the distance. You can see Chisora's looking to shoulder roll and come up with the overhand right. Can you see the way Chisora's body's angled? When Chisora's against the ropes, and see there, Chisora's walking himself back to the corner because Chisora knows that's his best chance of knocking out Pulev. Walking himself back to the corner, shoulder rolling the jab, and then coming back with the right hand left hook. And that's what's going on. And that should tell Pulev that what he's doing isn't correct. The fact that Dereck Chisora is walking himself back to the corner tells you all you need to know. It's because he knows that's his biggest chance of getting a knockout. Pulev's going for the right uppercut now. He's missing all of them. I don't know how this last round could go to Chisora, but just missing an overhand right. Chisora's playing possum in the corner. How are you giving this last round? Right hand from Pulev right at the end. I don't think Dereck Chisora's done enough in those last 2 rounds, to be honest, but I could be wrong. How have you got it? I don't think you could give Dereck Chisora those last 2 rounds. For me, that was not the last 2 rounds of a man who was comfortably up in a championship fight. You know, trapped in the corner for me. He landed a good overhand right there because Pulev, overcommitted a bit, but that was it for me. Whoa, what? Vanguard's a manhunt got it for Chisora. Really? 7-5 to Chisora. How did you give those last 2 rounds? Did you give those last 2 rounds to Chisora as well? I don't know about that. 7-5 Chisora. No, I don't know about that. I think really I've got Pulev up by a few. Let's talk about them last 2 rounds. How have you got them last 2 rounds? They're showing it on the replay. They're showing Chisora landing a jab against Pulev. Let's have a look now. They're showing Chisora landing a good overhand right against Pulev. They're not showing any of the shots that Pulev's landing. What about the DAZN are doing an absolute job on the commentary, aren't they? Jeez, DAZN are not showing any of the shots that Kubrat Pulev landed in that last round. And this is what I say, like, I find that kind of editing extremely dishonest. What do you guys think about that DAZN there? They showed a replay of the final round. Chisora was stuck in the corner for basically the entire 3 minutes, and they didn't show a single shot that Kubrat Pulev landed. But all they showed was the shots that Chisora. I don't know. I wasn't happy with that, but we'll have to wait and see. The reason why I get upset about that is because it allows them to spin a narrative, doesn't it? You know, when you show a replay, a dishonest replay like that, like Kubrat Pulev landed a very good short uppercut in that round. They didn't show that. Kubrat Pulev landed several right hands in that fight. They didn't show one single right hand. All they showed was the couple of shots that Chisora landed. And unfortunately, they do influence people a lot with stuff like that. So I'm not happy about that. We'll have to wait and see. Let's have a look at your scores. Right, sorry about that. Let me go through your scores. Right, let's do this again. Vanguards of manhood 7-5 to Chisora. William Angel's got it 8-4 Pulev. I've got it about 8-4-7-5 Pulev, surely. Shadow Projects 9-3 Pulev. Guerrero Shelley 9-3 Pulev. Toby Players 115-113 Pulev. Matej Pulev by 4. Grant G 116-113 Pulev. Crazy D3's got it a draw. Kazim's got Chisora winning. London Predator's got Chisora winning 7-5. Sonny Sin's got it 8-4 to Pulev. Joe Wall's got it 7-4 to Pulev. Counter Puncher's got it 7-4 to Pulev. ID's got it a draw. Let me see. Mark Stanton, I think we've already done 8-5 Pulev. Cannon's got it 7-5 Pulev or a draw, so he's got 1 or 2 rounds in it. Chimney Sweeper's got it 8-4, I presume, to Pulev. MT's got it 7-5 to Pulev. Maybe, I don't know if my commentary's influenced you. Can you guys do me a favour? Now, I really appreciate it. Can you not say anything about the score? Can you wait for me? Do not announce the winner until I do, because I'm going to put the sound on, okay? Let's hear this get announced. I want to hear this get announced. So if you can do me a favour, actually, I probably won't even look at the chat anyway. But I'm just going to wait for David Iron Man Diamante. Here we go. Let me see if I can get this on. 1 second. 1 sec. Right, the crowd are cheering. Don't say nothing.
go to the judges' score totals.
Right, let's hear the score.
They read as follows. Jordan Ezekiel, 116, 112, Pulev.
Right, so we've got a split decision, haven't we?
Perez Pineda, 116, 112, Chisora.
One judge says the 8-4 Chisora. 8-4.
Steve Perez scores this contest 116 to 114 for your winner. This contest 116 to 114 for your winner by split decision and the new WBA International Heavyweight Champion.
Wow. 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 Oh, I'm not sure about that. Jesus Christ. 116, 114. Oh boy. Some judge gave it 8-4 to Pulev. 8-4 to Pulev. So 8-4 to Chisora. They only gave Pulev 4 rounds. Oh, let's have a look. I'm not happy with that. Can you bear with me and we'll change the title of the stream? Wow. Let me just change the title of the stream. Wow. Wow. One sec. Chisora, his missus is very nice, isn't she? One sec. Wow. Dereck Chisora. Split decision win over Kubrat Pulev. Sorry, I've just changed the title of the stream. What do you guys think? Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. Let me end this poll. So, we were all wrong. 60% of us predicted that Kubrat Pulev would win this fight. We were wrong. Chisora's won on split decision. Right. Here comes a poll. Who won tonight's fight? Chisora or Pulev? That judge gave it 8-4 to Dereck Chisora. 8-4 to Dereck Chisora. 8-4. Oh boy, British boxing, isn't it? That doesn't look right to me. That to me looks like another British boxing special. What do you guys think about that? 8-4 to Dereck Chisora. For what? I don't know. What do you guys think? Am I a hater? I think that these judges keep giving Chisora rounds for hitting gloves. I know Chisora landed but Chisora's missus is very good looking. I know Chisora landed some good overhand rights and things like that. He landed 1 or 2 overhand rights. But I don't know. I mean, how do you guys feel about it? For me, I know Chisora landed a couple of good over. It's Tony Belly trying to get. I thought Tony Belly says he wants to disappear. His left commentary duty is to go into the middle of the ring and hug Dereck Chisora and make sure he gets some camera time. That's Tony. I want to disappear Bellew. What did you guys think? I thought, yeah, Chisora did land some good overhand rights, but I thought he was landing 2 or 3 good shots around, and I thought for the most of the fight he was at the end of the jab. What do you guys think about that? Press 1 if you agree. Press 2 if you disagree. I thought the problem with Chisora was for the most of it, he was at the end of the jab, you know. And for me, I count jabs. Jabs count. Constantly at the end of the jab, double jab. I thought Pulev hit him with a number of right hands, and I think if you ask, let me ask you a question: who do you think was hurt more in this fight tonight? Just out of interest, Pulev or Chisora? What do you think? Who do you think was hurt more in the ring tonight? Pulev or Chisora? I don't know. I thought thought Pulev landed a big right uppercut. Was it in round 6 or round 7? And Chisora was stumbling around on his feet and backed up to the ropes. Those last 2 rounds. I mean, I don't know. I think that's a bit questionable. Let's have a look and see what people think online. I'm not entirely convinced by that scoring, but maybe it's me. But I think I did a good job of calling the fight. This guy thinks Chisora won the last round. Wow, we're giving Chisora the last round for standing in the fucking corner and taking shots. What do you guys think about the last round? I mean, what are we doing? Are we giving guys for standing in giving guys rounds for standing in a corner and taking jab right hands and right uppercuts? I know he landed a good overhand right, but what are you guys thinking about that? Jesus Christ. Oh, God. Daryl saying Chisora just called out Wilder. Jesus. Let's see it. Actually, let's fucking see it. It's the only way we're going to get this show off over and done with. Daryl, if you want to call in, you're welcome to. I tell you what. Does anybody want to call in quickly and give their thoughts on this fight? We've got 161 people in the chat. Please feel free to hit the like button. Please feel free to hit the subscribe button. We're looking at a poll tonight. Look, you can vote on a poll. We've got a poll running in the chat. If you look in the YouTube comment section, pinned to the chat is a poll. Please vote right now. We've only got 70 votes. Who do you think won tonight's fight? Pulev or Chisora? I thought Pulev won that fight, to be honest. I think most people watching it thought Pulev won that fight. But maybe there's some things that we haven't seen. At the minute, 74% of people think Kubrat Pulev won that fight. Dereck Chisora has stated that he wants to fight Deontay Wilder next. So we'll put that in the title as well. 1 second. We put that in the title. Give me a sec. Chisora versus Wilder. We all know that fight's never going to happen. Because Al Heyman ain't doing no business with Eddie Hearn in the zone or nothing like that. But I don't know. What do you guys think? It looks like the Chisora Roadshow is going to continue. Sorry about that. I'm just going to your comments. All right, Daryl. All right, Daryl's going to call in. All right, let's get Daryl in for his analysis. 1 sec. Does anybody else want to call in? I see Toby wants to call in. I'll have a think about that. Anybody else want to phone in? Is anybody else up for phoning in and giving their results? I don't know how they thought the fight went. Where does Dereck Chisora go from here? He's calling out Deontay Wilder. I thought Kubrat Pulev was a bit hard done by in tonight's result. But listen, this is always the same with Chisora fights, really, isn't it? You know, I thought Usyk beat Chisora quite handily, and some people think that Chisora beat Usyk. You know. I think these Chisora fights are quite close. I think, like I said, Chisora hits a lot of arms and elbows for me, and people end up counting those shots, and I don't. And that's why in Chisora fights, my scorecards are out. Thanks, DK. DK says, excellent job. I thought my calling of the fight was bang on. You know, I thought Kubrat Pulev's best punch of the fight was the right uppercut, and that's what he landed. And we told that to you. And, you know, we told you how he would set that up. So we'll have to wait and see. Harvey Chan is saying Pulev won that. Typical matchroom decision, awful show. I'd like to hear what the Bensonites have got to say on the Michael Benson comment section. I think that would be quite interesting to hear. So we'll have a look at that in a sec. I'm just getting my headset ready, as I think Daryl's going to call in. So I'm just trying to get my headset ready. It won't turn on. Maybe it's out of battery or something. 1 sec. Just trying to get my headset turned in. It must be out of battery. That's what it is. Okay, so looks like I'll be switching to the other one. Just checking. Okay, that headset's fucked. Okay, 1 second. Get my headset ready as we're going to be doing a few call-ins. Just give me a sec. Yeah, but the gaming circle saying Usyk boxed his lips off. I thought Usyk won that fight quite handily. He had a bit of trouble, but I thought Usyk won that fight handily. But there's people, Chisora said he was robbed after the Usyk fight. Right? Here we go. Chisora said he was robbed after the Usyk fight. Okay, so we're just waiting for Daryl to call in. Rampage Ryan says, so I'm just going to mute his own in the background. So I'm just trying to mute his own. Here we go. So right now we're up. Yeah, here we go. So Daryl says, I saw someone from the zone saying that they had somebody 7 went up after 8 rounds. So yeah, how did you have it? Let's quickly check the poll. We're gonna have a few people calling in, so I'm just getting ready. Right, 70% of you so far think Kubrat Pulev won tonight's fight. Let's go and get some quick reaction from the Bensonites over at Michael Benson's page. So I'm all over the place right now. I need to just chill out a bit. I'm doing like 150 million things at the same time. I'm running the show, moderating the show, hosting the show, and hosting call-ins all at the same time. So please forgive me if my skills aren't up to standard. Let's have a look. Dereck Chisora beats Kubrat Pulev by split decision. Let's have a look. Had Pulev winning but fairs. People are rolling their eyes. Shock horror. Pub fight. Look at this. On this guy's poll, 52% of people had Chisora winning the fight. 52% of people had Chisora winning the fight. I think as well, when I watched it with the commentary down. So maybe that sort of contributed to that. People are saying here, it's a draw in my book. Gift decision that. I love Del Boy, but he didn't win that. He has been robbed so many times. Amazing fight. This guy doesn't think Pulev should have won by 116, 112. So there's a lot of different opinions there. There's a lot of different opinions there. Wow. Be interesting to see how people are scored. By the way, Daryl, I sent you the link a while ago, Daryl, just in case. I sent you the link for the call in, Daryl, a while ago. So, Daryl, if you're still listening, I know you're probably getting ready, but I did send you the link. So if you're waiting for it, there's no need to wait anymore. Yeah, it's interesting to see how people score fights. Look, here he is. I'm not always right, but it is what it is. Okay. Right. Okay, right. Let me see. Hold on a minute. Daz, how are you doing? You okay, brother?
I'm good, man. Good to hear your voice, Ultra. How you doing, bro?
Good, Darryl. We missed you, man. It's really good for you to call in. All right, Dazza. Right, you first saved my bacon because I now get to go away and boil the kettle. So if you just want to start, Daz, start by giving us your analysis of the fight, how the fight went, and then go into the key points about who did what wrong, where Pulev lost the fight, where Chisora really lost the fight, in my opinion, who you thought won. Talk about anything you like, Daryl. The floor is yours.
Yeah, typical Dereck Chisora performance. First 3 rounds came out like a steam train, swinging wide hooks that were pretty wild. I think Pulev dealt with it quite well early on. When he was fresh, his footwork was decent. Hands were quite low, which proved to be a problem later on in the fight, but we'll get to that. He was staying out of the way. He was pumping the jab out nicely and then using his left hook off the jab well. Then it all started to go to shit in the second half of the fight when Dereck Chisora just got tired, right? As he always does, rounds 5, 6, 7, starts to blow as a low, punch output goes down. But where Pulev, I think, went wrong is that he didn't stay with his hands high enough, and his jab wasn't as voluminous as it should have been. So it wasn't keeping Chisora at bay. And then the cuts were bad. He got some really bad cuts, Pulev. I think he was cut 3 times. Where one on his eyelid was pretty poor, bad cut. Blood started to go in his eyes a little bit, but I think he was still competent enough at that point, and he had enough about him to win the fight. But overall, I think he did more than enough to win. I don't know how the judges have got Chisora winning. Pulev was going backwards for probably the last 3 rounds, but he still had the higher volume, and he was still landing. Chisora's work was sloppy. He was holding a lot. He was rabbit punching in the back of the head. The typical stuff that Chisora always does. But I think Pulev's legs looked really, really slow, especially in the second half of the fight, like it was stuck in sand. And that was a problem for him because he couldn't get out of the way of Chisora's lumbering attacks. And every time Chisora would throw a shot and fall in, he'd end up getting Pulev would end up getting held and his arms tied up, and it was sapping the strength out of him. But yeah, Pulev's shot at the top level. We know that already. Chisora hasn't got much left, and if he wants Wilder, he's going to be in big problems. Probably end up getting cabbaged in there. So.
Did you know, Daryl? Should I tell you when I started to get concerned? I thought we were going to see a wide Kubrat Pulev decision in this fight. Should I tell you the point in which I started to get concerned about this fight? When I saw, I think it was round 5 or round 6, I saw the zone's answer to CompuBox, the punch stats. And I think they were saying that through round 5 or 6, guys, tell me what round it was. They were round 5 or round 6 or something. They were saying Chisora had landed 110 punches or something. I was looking at the punch stats and there was only a couple of punches in it between them. And they said that Chisora had landed 110 punches. And I think I was midway through the fight. And I was like, what on earth is going on here? There's no way on earth. If you can tell, I think I can tell when shots are hitting gloves, shots are hitting elbows. Do you know what I mean? Shots are hitting gloves, shots are hitting elbows, shots are hitting hips. And when I saw that on the CompuBox there, I was like, well, what the fuck's going on? There's no way Chisora's landed 110 shots here. Daryl, when you score fights, just out of interest, right? How do you score fights? How do you go about scoring fights? And what do you look for when you score fights? And what do you think about the way the judges scored this fight tonight and what they're looking for? Because these Chisora fights are pretty weird. We all see him hit arms and elbows a lot of the time. We see him hit arms and elbows against Usyk, but apparently that was a 50-50 fight. Usyk could have lost, and then we saw the fight with Parker. There's some people who thought he beat Joseph Parker. I mean, it's just for me, it's very strange. Sorry, Daz, carry on.
One thing that I like to do when I'm at home scoring fights, and maybe this is a tip for anybody that's listening that wants to try and score this way as well, is I try and call out in my head what shots are being thrown. So I'll be like, okay, jab, I just draw a jab, left hook to the body. Pulev's come back with X, Y, Z. So you'll as you start doing it across a round or across a couple of rounds, you'll start to notice patterns about who's landing and what shots and what the other guy's doing. So you try and notice what's going on. You can note it that way. But yeah, you want to be looking for like scoring shots, and what I mean by that is clean punches, not punches that hit shoulders or come off gloves and that type of thing. You want to see shots that land to the body. Either around the liver, solar plexus, kidney, those kind of areas, and then the shots that are landing to the head. So they're the kind of shots that you want to score, and then you're also looking for things like ring generalship. So who's holding the center of the ring, who's pushing the other guy back, who's dictating where the fight takes place. I also try and look at things like pacing. So who's up in their volume, whose volume's going down as the fight goes on. Different things, but mainly you want to be looking at scoring shots and where in the ring the fight's taking place, and who the boss is in there, I guess. So yeah, they're the things. But I think Chisora was initiating a lot of the holding, and for me, when someone's holding a lot and they're making the fight slower and slower and the pace down, that kind of tells you that the guy's tired and he needs a break. So yeah, Chisora was doing that from early, but the referee wasn't giving him any warning at all to stop the holding. So it's very annoying.
I mean, where do you stand? I know you're not a big fan of Dereck Chisora, and neither am I. He seems to be a little bit polarizing to a degree. Yes, please. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much, JTM. That's my wife. Sorry, I'm going to get another serving of king prawn risotto from homemade with ingredients from Waitrose. Dazza, you know how us Tories do it, Dazza. You know how we do it on the right side.
My
But
guy,
anyway,
come on.
well, what was I going to say? Where do you stand on this Chisora? Because it seems like they're two camps. I'm not going to say all casuals, but Dereck Chisora is quite a casual-friendly fighter, isn't it? You've got these casuals who just adore him. Listen, Dereck Chisora is great value for money. Like, if that's what you're into. If you're into two guys turning up, not a lot of technical skill, but plenty of heart, plenty of guts, plenty of minerals, an up and down fight, an entertaining fight. I'll be honest. I think if that's what you're into, I think Chisora is good value. Right?
Chisora plays the angry black man pantomime, so people like that, don't they?
Okay.
And I'm a black man myself, so I can say.
Oh, yeah. Well, I am one too, but you sound more like one than me, Daryl. So I think you're going to get the pass, and I'm not. But what was I going to say? But where do you stand on? Because for me personally, as somebody who I like to see fighters not take unnecessary punishment. I'm known for liking more of the technical aspects of the sport. I'm not a big fan of someone like Dereck Chisora, right? And I really don't want to see Dereck Chisora in the ring again. And that's the kind of question I'm leading on to. I still think, that Dereck Chisora is absolutely finished as a fighter. To be honest, I think he's finished as a fighter. And I think, if he keeps being allowed into the ring, and especially if he was allowed into the ring with somebody like a Deontay Wilder, I mean, it would be big problems. But where do you stand on Chisora, on his lack of technical ability, right? And his lack of technical cleanness versus how entertaining he is? And do you want to see Chisora back in the ring? And where do you think he goes now, Daz?
Chisora said in his post-fight interview that he's only got 1 or 2 fights left, but anything that he does have left inside him, he wants to leave in the ring. So I think that Chisora is going to end up getting seriously hurt in there, because I think the only time that he's ever going to retire is when he gets knocked out cold, or maybe stopped badly on the stool. That's when he'll probably call it a day, because he seems like one of these hard-headed guys that doesn't learn the easy way. He needs to feel it. Can't hear, so he must feel. So, yeah. I mean,
we were all told that as kids. Any West Indian kids know about that. You can't hear, so you must feel. We know about that.
You must feel. You know that.
You must
so,
feel.
I want to see Chisora versus Joe Joyce, because I think Joe Joyce can do that job for him and really put some beating and some pain on him. So I want to see Joe Joyce versus Dereck Chisora. That's a good fight.
I might all happen, but we'll have to wait and see. I mean, I don't know. I think Chisora was a free agent, but he's back on the zone again. I don't know if it's a one-fight deal or multiple fight deal. Guys, would you like to see Dereck Chisora versus Joe Joyce? Do you know what, Daz? I think that's a great call because Joe Joyce, I think you've got to think Joe Joyce ends his career, right? I mean, do you remember when Joe Joyce was signed to Haymaker all those years ago when he first turned pro? Dereck Chisora was reluctant to fight Joe Joyce when Joe Joyce was on Haymaker. So I'm not sure we'd be up for that fight now, but I hate to say this, that would be a BT Sports pay-per-view. How would you feel about that, Daz? It would be a BT Sport pay-per-view.
I won't say how I watch my fights, but I wouldn't be paying for it.
Okay, there you go. I think it's a great fight, actually. I would love to see that. Joe Joyce versus Dereck Chisora.
It is a good fight, though. I'd watch it.
It's
a good fight.
It's a good fight. They both got absolutely no skill, in my opinion. Both of them defensively are two of the worst defensive fighters. Certainly, in terms of like top-level British boxing, yeah? You think about well-known, top-level British fighters, the guys that are fighting on TVs, the guys that are topping bills. I think they're two of the worst I've seen. But it is what it is.
Can I ask you a question quickly, Ultra? I don't think you've ever covered this on the channel. Who are your top three favorite British fighters to watch of all time? Not the best. Yeah, all time, any time period, but just that you like to watch. Not for skill and entertainment value. Who do you like to watch in the ring?
Skill. Oh my god, it's not for entertainment. Oh Jesus. All right. Well, I'm gonna try and be quick with this. So I want to stay on topic, but
yeah,
I was always a fan of. No, it's fine. I was always a fan of Nigel Benn growing up. I idolized Nigel Benn as a kid. We both come from the same part of West Indies, and I've got a hell of a lot for Nigel Benn. I always grew up watching Nigel Benn. I watched his fights as a child against McLennan and this and that. So growing up as a young boy, I'd probably say Nigel Benn. You're saying what are we saying? Just for excitement or excitement and everything?
Just purely for excitement. Like you just buzzed off.
Oh,
and
okay.
You enjoy watching them fight.
Buzzed off from Joy White. Nigel Benn for me was an edge of a seat British fighter. Jesus, I'm trying to watch as well. Edge of a seat. I can't think of many other names in terms of that I would watch, and I was on the edge of my seat every time they watched. Nigel Benn's the first name that comes into my head. I'm trying to figure this out. I was never on the edge of my seat when Lennox Lewis fought. I used to like Lennox Lewis. I used to really, really like Lennox a lot. I was never on the edge of my seat when Lennox Lewis fought. He wasn't, he was a great fighter. He was a great technician. He was in some great fights. He was a vulnerable fighter. But I was never sort of like, I never got the same feeling when I watched Ben. And I could be wrong about that. I'm just trying to think of somebody else. I'm letting you down here. I can't think of it. I think people are saying Nazim Hamed. I was never a big fan of Nazim.
Yeah, for me, I've got to say Nas because I just found him like really entertaining. He was brash. He was funny. He was explosive with his shots. He was unorthodox. I used to like watching him box. I used to like watching David Haye. Back
Do you know
in
what?
the day.
Oh, but David Haye didn't have me on the edge of my seat. Yeah, he wasn't like Ben. When I watched Ben, I was like, man, But David Haye was great to watch. I like David Haye, and David Haye's the reason why I started boxing. David Haye's the reason why I actually took up boxing in the end. But that's another story for another day. So
and
David Haye would be number two.
And I'd say Amir Khan purely because you knew someone was getting knocked out, whether it's him or the other guy. He was
Very
killed or being killed. Exciting
fighter to watch. I wasn't the biggest fan of Amir Khan, but extremely exciting. You edge your seat with Khan because you never knew with Khan. He could get kicked at any minute.
Khan versus Maidana is still one of my favorite fights to watch, just for pure excitement. Because at any point in that fight, when you watch it, you can see his legs going to jelly, and it's not sure if he's going to get iced or not during the fight.
Yeah,
really entertaining.
Yeah, but what about Chisora? Are you not excited for the next merry-go-round of Dereck Chisora? You're right. He's not going to retire. He's not. A decision like this is only going to embolden him to carry on. And you can see where his head's at the minute because he wants to fight fucking Deontay Wilder. So for some reason, he's got plenty left in the tank. Listen, do you agree with me? I think, honestly, on a serious note, I know it's all good him having a chat, right? But I think anybody involved in trying to make a fight with Deontay Wilder, any promoter, manager that is involved in trying to seriously put Dereck Chisora in a ring with Deontay Wilder, really, honestly, I mean, really, they should be held in police custody and their BBOC license. They should, in all honesty. Anybody trying to put Dereck Chisora in a ring with Deontay Wilder, you do need your license removing. Give us some thoughts on that, Darryl.
I think Dereck Chisora's into BDSM and sadism. I mean, this likes being hurt, doesn't he? This likes being spanked. He needs saving from
Yeah.
himself, that guy, man. Before it ends up,
He
it's going
does.
to end up real badly.
He does.
I'm kind of worried for him, to be honest.
Have you got anything else that Daryl that you want to finish up on? Any kind of other points? Anything else you want to bring about? Any of the fighters in and around? Did you watch the whole card tonight? What do you think of the whole card tonight?
Yeah, I watched the whole card. I watched KevinEgyaka. I think I pronounced it right.
Yeah.
I'm not sold on him. His defense looked real leaky. Like he was throwing shots and then trying to pivot, and then as he was pivoting, he was getting caught flush on the chin. Luckily, he's got a decent chin, or either that or the other guy doesn't hit very hard. So I've never heard of him, but he was getting caught flush in the middle of punching, and also when he was pivoting away after throwing his own shot. So yeah, don't know about him. Don't know what he's going to do in the sport. Who else? Who else was there? I'll
Got
finish
the
off.
undercard up on the screen. Felix Cash didn't turn up. Somebody told me Felix Cash phoned in sick. Probably the best for the viewers. Fabio Wardley knocked over a rice pudding at the last minute because Kingsley eBay didn't turn up. So Fabio Wardley was in the ring with a rice
Fabio
pudding.
Wardley was fighting another cab driver. Okay, we'll skip that one.
We'll skip that one.
The Madrimov fight I also saw. I watched that. It was the only other fight I saw. That was looking like Madrimov was going to have a dominating performance, but then it just the head clash happened and it was just all a bit of a damp squid. But Madrimov looks like a decent fight. I enjoyed watching him box.
He's serious. I've seen bits of him. He's one of the. There's only a couple of DAZN fighters that I really enjoy watching. Madrimov's one. There's another one called Raymond Ford, who actually I enjoy watching a bit as well. So we'll have to wait and see.
But,
all right,
yeah,
Dazza.
I'll jump off. Yeah, thank
No,
you.
hold on. No,
okay.
You can't jump before you give us a send off. Dazza, finish off. Give us your final conclusions, your final rundowns. Send us out on Chisora versus Pulev. Just any final thoughts, anything that comes to your mind.
I hope everybody listening to this never pays for a Dereck Chisora pay-per-view ever again. He's finished. He's finished, guys. Don't pay for it. Don't put any more money in this guy's pocket. He's had enough out of the British public. He needs to retire. He's greedy. Yeah, that's all I got to say. I'm out.
All right, Daryl. Peace. Take care, brother.
Peace.
Hope we come back soon. See you later. Daryl, absolutely brutal. I mean, what Daryl said there. Do you know when they say about homeless people, you shouldn't give homeless people money because all they do is spend it on drugs and they can overdose and kill themselves. So you think you're helping them, but actually you're not helping them at all. I don't know why, but what Daryl said there just reminded me of that. Yeah, don't give money to homeless people. If you're going to give them something, give them food or give them drink. Don't give them any money because they're going to spend it on drugs. And that's what reminds me of Daryl. The message from Daryl is clear. Stop spending money on Dereck Chisora pay-per-view. What do you think there? Daryl's pretty scathing in his thoughts there of Chisora. There, yeah. That was pretty savage, but it was what it was. I think Cheryl wants to quickly call in. So I've sent Cheryl. Super Epic Dush says, you've got to be cruel to be kind. Guys, let me say something. Do you think Dereck Chisora should continue his career, or do you think he should go out on a high? If you think Dereck Chisora should continue in his career, I want you to press 5. If you think Dereck Chisora should call it a day, right? Press 4. I don't know. I come up with the numbers randomly. So if you think Dereck Chisora should continue after today's fight, press 5. If you're in the camp that Dereck Chisora now should consider calling it a day, look after his health, press 4. I have to say this point. Is it? Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. It smells lovely. Thank you. King prawn risotto. There you go. With peas. Got to have the peas in there. We're in England, isn't it? We put peas in everything. I'm also going to put some Nor Aramat on it. I might even have some white people's chicken seasoning as well. Waitrose don't sell black people's chicken seasoning, so I don't have any. At this point, you've got to look at Chisora. Can I ask somebody, just out of interest, for the guys who are 5s, most of you guys are 4s, I can see in the chat. Crazy D3's a 5. I have no problem with it, Crazy D3. I just want to, for those people who think Chisora should continue, what should he continue for? Because am I right in thinking he's not going to become a champion? Okay, maybe if he needs the money, then it's fine. But other than money, is there any particular reason why Chisora should continue at this point? I'm just asking. I'm not trying to I'm not even trying to be judgmental, but just out of interest for the people who want him to fight. Shevin, I sent you the link, by the way, Shevin. You asked for the link, I emailed it to you. Why Vanguards of Manhood, you two, like, what should Chisora be fighting on for? I'm just asking out of interest. Because he's not, because to me, he doesn't look any closer to being in a title shot. To me. He doesn't look like he's any closer to being a title shot. Look, he shows heart. Dereck Chisora, heart, guts, balls. You get that. Chisora's a tough guy. He's one of the toughest guys to probably ever step in a British boxing ring. He's extremely tough. He's an extremely tough individual. Yeah? And he entertains people. And that's fantastic. And maybe the answer is ultra. He should continue doing it because he enjoys it. What do you think about that? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I've got this boxing game all messed up. Maybe Dereck Chisora should just continue because he enjoys boxing. But I don't know. He's not any closer to being a champion. He's not getting any better. Before we get Shevin in, can I ask you a question? Just give me a yes or no. Freezing Boxing, yeah, you can call in. I'll give the link. Give me a sec. I'll put the link in the chat. You can call in. Freezing Boxing, if you want to call in, just put Freezing. When you come in, just put your name. Put your StreamYard name as Freezing Boxing, so I know who it is. And if you want to come in, you're welcome to give your opinion on Chisora. It's not a problem. So there's the link, Freezing Boxing. If you want to call in. Before I bring Shevin in, just a sec, can I just ask you guys? If I said to you, Dereck Chisora isn't getting any better when he gets in the ring, he isn't improving, he isn't getting any better. He's possibly getting worse. Yes or no? Would I be out of order for saying that? Give me a yes or a no for that. All right, Shevin, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going, brother?
Hey, same old shit. All right, go on then, bro. I'm going to mute myself because I'm going to have this King Prawn risotto. Just give us your thoughts about the fight. Did you enjoy the fight? Where does Dereck Chisora go? Should he retire fighting Wilder? Blah, blah, blah.
Well, one, I enjoyed the fight, but I'm probably biased because I got Dereck Chisora plus 200. I thought the fight would be pretty close. I knew if Del Boy could win 3 or 4 rounds, and he threw a bunch of shots that did not land, I would at least get a draw. He would probably win the fight because we know it's a DAZN card. But it was enjoyable. It's kind of like 2 washed 40-plus journeymen going at it. So it was enjoyable, especially because they did not put it on pay-per-view. So I have to give Hearn credit for not putting this fight on pay-per-view because it had no business being on there. So I give Hearn credit for that. Now, let me work backwards from the things you just said about should Del Boy continue fighting if he wants to. And for those in the chat who've seen that movie, the film, The Wrestler kind of, that whole film touches on this ideology. And the guy in The Wrestler, he's about to face, getting real messed up if he keeps on wrestling. And he says to his doctor, says to his kid, like, listen, I could die if I keep wrestling, okay? I know the doctor said I have several head trauma. It's a dangerous sport. But if I stop doing this career, I'm going to die in life. So when I saw that movie, and I'll never forget a conversation I saw Kobe Bryant have with the former New York Knicks, Kurt Thomas. At the time, Kurt was like 40 years old and still playing in the NBA. I know that basketball is different, not much contact. But Kobe said to him, Kurt, you still playing? Are you like 40 years old now? And Kurt said, yeah, man. He's like, no, when are you going to stop? He said, Kobe, they're paying me millions of dollars to play a child's game I love. I'll stop when they stop paying me. So with that said, if Chisora wants to go on and have a few more journeyman fights versus guys like Pulev, I got no problem with it. He can go on because he's not in danger of being severely hurt versus guys like that. Now, I do have an idea for 2 opponents for him, and I'm dead serious about this too. Opponents that I think are probably more sellable than his last 3 fights that people would get interested in, and also fights that would serve either opponent, right? Win or loss. My first one, I'm dead serious about this, would be Chisora versus Jarrell Miller. Miller just came back, had some trash fight versus whoever, and obviously the condition he's in and the state that Chisora is in, I think that also will be a fun fight. And Miller has no names on his record whatsoever, and this would be Chisora's probably biggest payday ever. So it would serve both parties. I would watch that fight. The other opponent, I would say, which is possible, that I think is good for both parties, would be Wallen versus Chisora. Because we all know that Eddie Hearn and DAZN, they really owe Wallen for the way they shafted him, that whole Dylan White nonsense. So I like either one of those guys. Really love that. I thought it was a shame that Del Boy said after the fight, he said to Eddie, I want to get paid. You pay kind of Ben all this money. I want you to pay me this money, or else I'm going to have to go to the other side. Unless he started talking about Wilder, I'm assuming he was talking about Frank Warren.
He's
if
talking,
he wa-
about Frank Warren and Joe Joyce most
yeah,
likely. But carry on,
exactly.
Chev.
That's what I was thinking. I'm thinking to myself, well, Chisora, if you want the biggest payday you probably had in years, you're going to have to go to Frank Warren because the only payday out there for you is Frank Warren versus Joyce or Daniel Dubois. That's it. That's it for you. So I hope he does that if that's what he wants.
Hey,
A big payday.
Chef, Daniel Dubois. By the way, freezing boxing, I'm going to bring you in 30 seconds. Chef, I'm going to keep you on, okay? Freezing boxing, I'm going to bring you in, yes? Just stay for 30 seconds and I'll bring you in. You can join in and, you can talk to Chevin or whatever, okay? Chevin, Daniel Dubois versus Dereck Chisora. Listen, Chisora's last shot at a world title. Cough, cough, cough. Chisora's last shot at a world title. Fucking hell, do that on BT's. Do you know what? I'm going to call Frank Warren right now. Carry on, Chevin.
I will say, at least if Daniel Dubois fights Dereck Chisora and Eddie Hearn's involved, he will get paid, unlike that Don King situation. Now, lastly, the thing I'll touch on is I hate to even touch on this whole Deontay Wilder nonsense. First of all, we all know that PBC does not do business with Hearn. Also, even if he did, Deontay Wilder is a pay-per-view fighter. He's not going to have a pay-per-view fight versus some 13-loss British journeyman that no one in America has ever heard of. So that's not going to happen. When Wilder can fight Helenius, Charles Martin, and Ruiz, Sanchez, Dylan White, Kaunaki, 5 or 7 guys Deontay Wilder can step in the ring with, and PBC can make lots of money, and that's not Dereck Chisora. And if it was Dereck Chisora, if someone did try to do that, I swear to God, as big a fan as I am of Deontay Wilder, if he signed a fight with Dereck Chisora, I couldn't support him no more because that's like child abuse. That's legitimate. That's watching Lawrence Fishburne beat up on what's her name and what's love got to do with it. It's worse than that.
No. Oh dear. Right, let me bring in freezing boxing. Jesus Christ. Freezing.
Hey, what's up, man? What's up?
How you doing, brother?
Good. First time here, so I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, listen, good. Welcome to have you on the show. Okay, Chef's muting himself. I'm going to mute myself, Freezing. Give us your opinion on the fight. If you thought the score was fair, how you think the fight was won, and where you think the fight was lost. Go for it.
All right, yeah, I won't go on too long, but yeah, I thought it was a pretty boring fight. There was a lot of way too much fucking holding, like not enough, like the rabbit punching too from Chisora, like always in the clinch, like going off on Pulev's side. I thought that was pretty brutal. The ref was only warning Pulev about like the hitting on the back of the head and head and all that.
You know how these referees
pretty biased.
You know how these British referees do. Hometown judging. Carry on.
It was Marcus McDonald from the Taylor Catterall fight, actually. So I noticed that he's a shit ref. But yeah, Chisora got wobbled back. What round was that? Like the 6th round?
It was a right uppercut. I think it was round.
Yeah, he went wobbling back. He went wobbling back into the ropes, and yeah, Pulev couldn't really do anything about that, which was disappointing. He couldn't land. Chisora was like short, and he was like bobbing and weaving. But yeah, overall, I thought Pulev won. I thought it was kind of a robbery. Yeah, I don't think Chisora should fight again, man. I didn't enjoy that one.
It's interesting because on the enjoyment thing, it's so weird because you've got two sections of people. You've got a section of people who, it's not all casuals, but you get a section of people who really enjoy Dereck Chisora. They really enjoy his fights. They really enjoy the up and down and things like that. And then I'm in another camp of people, and I see Dereck Chisora as inaccurate, sloppy, hits a lot of arms, hits a lot of elbows, doesn't work for the for the full 3 minutes. Often, works in spurts. Tries to shoe shine. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? Different folks, different strokes, isn't it? Really freezing.
Yeah. Yeah, I just didn't like if he wasn't holding so much. Like if he was actually, because like 90% of his punches were just he was holding on to Pulev and he'd have his left hand open and he would just these short shots, or he would have his left hand tied up and hit him with his right hand right in the gut. But like the ref, yeah, I just don't like that style. I just don't like watching that. Honestly,
that's fine. In closing, let me ask you. We know Chisora's going to fight again because he's calling out Wilder and Lord knows what. Are there any names that you would actually, if he has to come back, I know you want to see him retire, but if he has to come back, are there any kind of names you can think out there that you think, I'd be interested in seeing him in that fight? Any fights you'd be interested in seeing him in?
See Andy Ruiz, That'd be
Oh,
entertaining.
Jesus Christ. I think Ruiz will clean him up, surely.
Yeah, I
Jesus
know.
Christ.
I'd like to see that.
So, Ant Project saying Jake
Chris
Paul.
Ariola.
Chris Ariola. That wouldn't be a bad fight either. Guys,
Yeah.
what are you chatting about that? Dereck Chisora and Chris Ariola.
I love the Chris Ariola idea. That's a great idea. I love that.
Because he looked actually pretty good in his fight against Ruiz.
Yeah, he did, but we know he's
down.
PBC. They're not going to do that.
Yeah, I'd like Chisora. He could probably go over to Warren or something, and
Yeah, I love that.
Like that sorted out. I'd like to see that.
What about the Mummy? What about
Ortiz?
Dereck Chisora versus Ortiz, aka the Mummy? Yeah, you want to see that? They've got a picture of Luis Ortiz up on the screen. There you go.
I think Ruiz might retire him though.
Well, it is what it is. Who do you think wins in a fight between Chisora and Ortiz? Both look old, both look shot, both legs are gone. Who do you think wins in that?
It's just another bad fight, honestly.
I would bet my life savings on Ortiz in that fight.
Yeah,
I knew you would. You love Ortiz. That's why you're a fucking Wilder fan. You love Ortiz. You know what? Chisora can go 12. You know, can Ortiz go 12
with Ortiz?
Chisora can barely go 12, man. He was in those mid rounds. He looked like he was about to give up.
See, my thing is this: the difference between Pulev, because Pulev is old too, and Ortiz is old. The difference is, while though Ortiz is old, Ortiz can still punch, and Pulev isn't a puncher.
I agree with you. Ortiz is a serious puncher. I mean, Pulev couldn't miss him with the right hand tonight, and Ortiz is a serious puncher. All right, Freezing Boxing, I appreciate you for coming on the channel. Yeah, thanks for coming on. If you've got any final thoughts, you can ask. What do you think about? I know you might be American, so you might not know. What do you think about Dubois? You've as an American, you've had your sampling of Dubois in his mega fight with Trevor Bryan.
Yeah.
What do you think about Dubois versus Chisora? And we can do that for a fake world title. What do you think?
You know, Dubois is a really one-dimensional fighter. He's just like a jab and a right cross.
Exactly.
So I think Chisora would actually be an okay matchup for Chisora, but yeah, no, that's actually a good fight. His fight against Trevor Bryan was fucking. He should have been able to take him out in the first round. Like, Bryan is a shit boxer. I'm surprised it even went to the second.
Oh, it is what it is. What
about Chisora versus David Adelaide?
Frank Warren would never do that, man. Do you see Adelaide's last opponent, bro?
Yeah, I did. I'm just joking.
Fat fucking Chris Healy or whatever his name is, Healy. Yeah, that guy's like 300 pounds, 6 foot.
Yeah, he looks like Stay Puft from Ghostbusters. He was in the ring tonight, by the way, against Fabio Wardley, but we'll talk about him another time. All right, Freezing Boxing, I really appreciate you calling in, brother. Make sure you call in.
Thanks for having me on.
Listen, call in when we start talking about AJ and Usyk, because we've got that clown show coming up in a couple of months. When's that? August 24th. So we've got that clown show in about 6 weeks or something. AJ versus Usyk. So we'll be doing some analysis on that. So come in for that.
Good stuff. Have a good one.
See you soon, bro.
Take it easy, brother.
All right. Does anybody else want to call in? If anybody else wants to call in there, Shevin loves Ortiz. If I ask Shevin who would win in a fight, Prime Mike Tyson or Luis Ortiz, Shevin going to find a way to tell me that Luis Ortiz would get through in that fight.
Ortiz is 7.
You're going to tell me some bullshit about Ortiz. The Mummy. If anybody else wants to call in. Chev, have you got anything else that you want to say, or I'm just hanging on here, seeing if anyone wants to call in. I mean, I'm not sure if there's much more that I can say. I like Chisora and Dubois. I wasn't aware of Chisora's comments after the fight about having to go over to the other side of the street. That's very interesting.
Yeah, and he said that his exact quote was, "Eddie, you pay AJ all this money, which is fair, and you pay Conor Ben all this money. You're going to have to pay me something close to what you've been paying Conor Ben, or else I'm going to have to go to the other side," which obviously, I think he's obviously talking about Frank Warren and Joe Joyce, or going over to PBC and fighting Ariola, or the loser of Ruiz versus Ortiz. All those fights, I think, are probably really good money fights for him.
Look at Crazy D3. Hold on, Crazy D3 says, does the other side mean Shalom or Warren? Maybe it could be Ben Shalom. Maybe we could see Dereck Chisora, because there seems to be a bit of a merry-go-round going over at Boxer. Have you seen this? They've got this Huey Fury, Michael Hunter, and who's the other one? They've got this little merry-go-round of heavyweights. Huey Fury, Michael Hunter, and somebody else. and they're all just fucking going around and fighting each other, isn't it? Was it Huey Fury, Mike Hunt? So
Or
maybe
they-
you'll go to thing.
They could go. He could go to Sky and do Parker 3.
Oh, fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck right off with that. Parker 3.
Later, niggas.
Right, Chev, you out? You out?
Yeah, I'm out, G.
Okay, man. In a bit, bro. See you soon.
All right,
Okay.
man.
All right, guys. All right. I haven't seen Ben Whittaker, believe it or not. I don't watch a lot of amateur boxing at all. I don't watch a lot of amateur boxing. So I have to be honest, I haven't seen Ben Whittaker. He's not someone that I watch in the amateurs. So I have to see him soon. All I know is he's very, very confident. He's got a really, really interesting haircut and keeps doing the Hadouken from Street Fighter after he wins fights. And it is what it is. Let's have a look. Chisora versus Fraser Clark. Oh, fucking hell. Please. Chisora versus Fraser Clark. Oh, jeez. Unbelievable. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah. All three good call-ins. All good call-ins. Daryl's asking where Abdul is. Hopefully Abdul will be coming on the show soon. Yeah. In closing, let's check the likes. 150. Big thank you on the likes. The likes aren't too bad. 152 in the chat, 100 likes. So big thank you on the likes there. I was looking forward to threatening you all to like it with the old Dougie Joyce meme, but I can't even do. Well, I'll do it anyway.
Watch what's gonna happen now. It's dead. You're dead.
Let's have a look. Let's just see what else that you're. Oh, Snazzy Azzy, Soz Ultra. I'm trying to call in. Oh, fucking hell! Here we go. Well, we're all about to go home. What do you want to call in for? We're all trying to get off and go to bed. It's nearly 10 to 12 down here. Scott Beckett is saying Babbage. Chisora versus Babbage. Is anybody interested in Dereck Chisora versus Adam? What heavyweights has Eddie Hearn got to offer Chisora? Let's have a quick look. Let's have a quick look. While we're just waiting for one more caller, let's just have a quick look. What heavyweights has Eddie Hearn got to offer Chisora? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. And you got Zhang. Zhang. Does anybody want to see Chisora versus Zhang? Let's see. Trying to find it. Actually, I think at the bottom. Matchroom's site. There you go. Look at Matchroom's website. Very, very helpful. Much more helpful than Frank Warren's website. Look, I can search all their fighters by weight. Here we go. Right, let's have a look. Let's see what they got. So if Dereck Chisora decides to stay with Matchroom and the Zone, this is who we can fight. Alan Babbage, Anthony Joshua. You know we laugh about that, right? But can I ask you guys a question? If Anthony Joshua was knocked out by Alexander Usyk, I don't think that will happen. But let's just say Anthony Joshua gets blitzed by Alexander Usyk. Let's just say something happens in the fight and Anthony Joshua gets knocked out by Alexander Usyk. Could you see a situation where they match Joshua and Chisora as a comeback fight for AJ? Press 1 if you agree. Press 2 if you disagree. I have no idea. Press 1 if you think that could happen. Press 2 if you don't. Do you think that fight could ever happen? Anthony Joshua might get stopped. Let's just say if Anthony Joshua got stopped by Alexander Usyk, he's got a multiple fight deal with the Zone coming up, right? So he needs fights, right? He's been in very, very hard fights his whole career, Joshua. He's been in hard fights his whole career, right? He's fought a top level of opposition his whole career. Do you think it's possible that if Anthony Joshua needed a comeback fight on the Zone after getting beat by Usyk, do you think it's possible that he could be fed at Dereck Chisora? Because the timelines are kind of adding up, aren't they? Because around about the time Dereck Chisora's just finished the fight, so he's looking for another fight. Anthony Joshua's about to get in the ring in 6 weeks' time. So in 6 weeks' time, if Anthony Joshua gets knocked out, he's going to come back and fight, most likely because he's got this big $100 million deal with the Zone. Do you think they could possibly line up Chisora? A couple of people are agreeing. Martin Butler's disagreeing. Captain Rose disagreeing. A couple of people are thinking there could be something in there. I'm just guessing. I don't know. LD Phoenix says never. It's immoral to do that to Chisora. All right, Snazzy, go on. You wanted to talk, so go give us your opinions on tonight's fight, Snazzy. Go for it. Oh, can you do me a favour? Can you do me a favour? Can you just mute me in the background? Just I can hear myself echoing. So whatever I'm echoing on, just mute it or turn the volume down.
Oh, literally, I'm actually on my phone, so I don't know why that would be. Is it something on your end? Let me.
It's definitely not, no. But go on. I can put up with it, but we can all hear an echo in the background. But go for it. Just talk.
Oh, apologies. Yeah, basically, first off, I'm probably a little bit nervous actually being on there. To be fair, I've been watching for a bit, but yeah, I thought the fight was like it was. I thought the first half of the fight was a complete slot fest. Then I think it was round 7th or 8th. Like it got good, to be fair. Chisora was winging into overhand rights. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't scoring it round by round, but I thought 100% by the end of it that they would give it to Chisora because it was a close one. So I thought, yeah, just 100% they'd give it to him. They're both finished. They're both finished. But
Okay, go on.
I just thought as well, like, I could just picture Chisora going to Five Guys after the end of the fight and giving it to all the judges. That's what I said in the chat, to be fair. But yeah, I mean, Wilder would actually starch him. I mean, Wilder would starch the pair of them, to be fair, probably on the same night. So
he would. He'd knock both of them out one after the other. But yeah, carry on.
yeah, so I thought, like I said, Chisora, I think Chisora's picked up some stuff from Coldwell. Like do you remember when Jordan Gill, like he does that where he goes into the corner and he like tries to wing in shots. So he definitely picked that up from Coldwell.
Oh, the great Dave Coldwell, Jesus.
The great Dave Coldwell. Also, I didn't even realise this, but Don Charles was in the corner, and I thought those two were like just not. Those two just weren't together anymore. And I just saw him pop up, and I was like, "Why is Don Charles here?"
Don Charles and Dereck Chisora are a bit like Ike and Tina Turner. 1 minute they love each other, next minute they beat each other up, next minute they're divorced, and then next minute they're back together again. Carry on.
Right. So yeah, I thought you'd make a comment on that during the fight, but yeah. So it's good to see your big Don back, but yeah. But
do you want to see Chisora fight again? Where are you with this? He should retire. Should he fight again?
Oh no, 100. Listen, like round 3, I was like, no, he's done. Like he honestly, he's just so slow. He looked completely overweight as well. He just didn't look in good shape. But he's just done. Like his feet are slow. I think originally him and Ruiz would have a good fight, like back in the day. But I think Ruiz would beat the shit out of him really now. But
Johnny
yeah,
Fisher,
I think.
I don't know if you can see the screen here. We're just going over the names here on the screen. Johnny Fisher versus Dereck Chisora. Do you know what? Honestly,
What, the same pay-per-view?
Well, let's do it. What they got? Fucking KSI and Alex Wasabi. Well, they got KSI and Alex Wasabi. So fuck it. If Alex Wasabi can be on the zone pay-per-view, then yes, the Bosch soldier Johnny Fisher, get him on pay-per-view as well.
I agree.
Let me ask you. I've got a conspiracy theory. I could be full of shit here. If Anthony Joshua gets knocked up by Usyk, which I don't think will happen, he's got some kind of 5-fight, 6-fight, whatever fight deal he's got with the zone. They need fights on the zone for Anthony Joshua's new exclusive contract. Dereck Chisora is looking for a fight. If Anthony Joshua gets comprehensively beaten by Usyk and needs a comeback fight, Dereck Chisora is looking for a fight. Do you think there's any possibility whatsoever or any chance that we could see Dereck Chisora get thrown in with AJ for the lols?
I just don't think, because you know that they're really good mates, aren't they? And they're both. I think he's with 258. I think Chisora. So I could. To be fair, maybe a few years ago, but not now. Definitely not. I think Josh would feel sorry being in the ring with him now. I genuinely would. I think he'd feel really sorry, like because he's like an old guy now, Dereck. So yeah. Listen, I love Del Boy, but.
Okay. Maybe I'm off the mark with that. All right, here's another one. Would you be interested? This one's been mentioned a couple of times. Would you go this one? Lawrence Okole could be moving up to heavyweight imminently. Lawrence Okole and Dereck Chisora. Would you be interested in that? You know what the interesting thing about Lawrence Okole is? He's one of the most boring fighters in the history of British boxing. They called him the Sleep Master.
The mummy.
Right?
The mummy.
Chisora is one of the most exciting, I'm told, apparently. Chisora is one of the most exciting casual-friendly fighters in British boxing. What do you think about that? Chisora says he's a free agent. He's looking to possibly join up with a Warren or a Ben Shalom. Okole is going to be imminently going to Sky, it looks like, at some point. Do you think that's a fight that could happen down the line, and would you be interested in that? Okole and Chisora.
I mean, to be fair, I could see it happening at heavyweight, like just maybe Chisora's last fight. But would I be interested? Absolutely not. I mean, it'd be a sleep fest, as you said. Okole is a mummy, so yeah.
If anybody can stop Okole clinch, mind you, then you see them out of clinching in the first couple of rounds between Pulev and fucking. It might be. I was just thinking, if anybody can stop Okole clinching and actually bring a decent fight out of Okole, it might be Chisora, because Chisora just hangs his chin out to dry, didn't he?
I think Okole would stop him early. I think, actually, to be fair, I think now he'd stop him early because Chisora's just got no feet at the moment. So it's like Okole, to be fair to him, he's got obviously he's very rangy, so like I think he'd stop him early. Actually, I think Chisora's punch resistance is probably gone. And yeah, but I wouldn't want to see it. It'd be like you said, it'd be a sleep vest. It'd be terrible. But yeah.
I don't know if you can see the screen. Last question. I don't know if you can see the
Yeah,
screen.
yeah.
I'm currently on the 258 management webpage, and they've got these FIFA Ultimate Team cards here for all the different fighters. What do you think about this for Dereck Chisora? Let's have a look. Power 99, speed 99, movement 99, defense 99. Listen, these two I agree with. Chin 99. Well, you got stopped by David A in 4 rounds, but Heart 99. Heart 99, absolutely.
I think Heart 99, I'd give it 100%. That one's definitely 100%. I think he'd have that until the end of his career. But I think the others, Power, like, I don't know how powerful he is. He's got decent power, but I don't think he's got 99 power. And speed, for sure, like, nowhere, no, even in his prime, he wasn't quick. So, I wouldn't give him 99.
Yeah, I think they forgot. They missed out a decimal point on
No,
this.
but I saw you hover over Campbell Hatton as well, like 99.
Oh,
I mean,
please,
come on.
please, you guys need to stop leave Campbell Hatton a go. You guys need to stop picking on Campbell Hatton because he's a freak. Right. In closing, all right, I'm going to ask you a question, then we're going to call it a day. How do you feel as a British boxing fan about the state of British boxing in a minute? You see what's coming up. You see what the schedules are coming up. Yeah, I'm going to. While you ramble on, I'm going to drag up the matchroom schedule. How do you feel about the state of British boxing and where it's going? Is British boxing booming at the moment, in your opinion?
Listen, DAZN got Johnny Fisher, bosh, but is he on? He's DAZN. It's not booming, but I mean, listen, heavyweights I think are good. I mean, the heavyweight division is like we've got Joyce, we've got obviously Fury. Why? I mean, Dylan's on the way down, but we got Joshua. It's not booming though. It's not booming, but I've heard this Ben Whittaker's pretty good. I don't know how seen him fight.
I need to have a look. Daryl's telling me he's the real deal. Now carry on.
But yeah, I mean, Boxer have picked up all the Olympians, but I'd say at the moment it's not booming. But yeah, as in DAZN's on the way down as well. I think business-wise, Eddie's not done well there, but I wouldn't say it's booming. No way.
Can I interest you in this then? So this is the next matchroom card we've got up. It's August the 6th now, yeah? So I want you and everybody in the chat watching, can you please give this card a score out of 10 so far, all right? Let's see what we're looking forward to. This card's on August the 6th, so we can enjoy this card in best part of 3.5 weeks, I believe. Basically a month. We'll give them time. We've got a month to go. So Saturday, August the 6th, 2022, the vacant British super lightweight title. We've got Dalton Smith versus Sam O'Mason. I think is this a rematch? Erica Farias versus Sandy Ryan. Is that a rematch? Erica Farias I've seen before. Maybe she's
I think it could be. No, I think it could be a rematch. Yeah.
Yeah, Sandy Ryan.
It's Clifton Mitchell's the trainer, I think.
Yes,
Sandy
that's
Ryan.
correct. Yeah. She lost that fight. Right, we've got Johnny Fisher versus TBA. We've got Bosh. Jordan Thompson versus TBA. We've got Hopey Price.
He's quite good, Hopey Price.
I haven't seen it. Okay, we've got your best mate here, Campbell Hatton.
Oh, Campbell. Oh my, he'll be co-main.
He'd be co-main. Yeah, Jesus Christ. You've got, I don't even know, Callum Beardo, I have no idea, and Junaid Bostan. Maybe they're local fighters, but so far it's TBA heaven. Mind you, give him a month. We've still got time to go. That's what we'll be looking for. Daryl says Johnny Fisher versus a Chinese takeaway. To be honest, I'd rather watch Johnny Fisher versus a fucking lemon chicken and a bag of prawn crackers than watch this fucking shit right here. But that is my humble opinion. Well, before we go, let's just go by talking about the main man, AJ. I haven't got your thoughts yet on AJ versus Usyk. Just before we go, how do you feel about that fight? How do you see it going at the minute?
Oh yeah, I'm 100%. I think Usyk's going to definitely stop him. I think as well. I think maybe if the war hadn't happened, I'd say Usyk points. But because the war's happened, he's got such a strong mindset. Usyk. I think definitely. I put all my money on a Usyk stoppage, probably like 7th or 8th round. Josh will probably just come in, try and walk him down, and Usyk's just too good. So, going to go Usyk stoppage.
All right, mate. All right, I'll let you go. I'm going to go with Anthony Joshua on points. I believe in AJ, so I'm going Anthony Joshua on points.
That's why I went. I saw him first time, so it could see it happen, but who knows?
We'll have to wait and see. All right, mate. Thanks very much for calling in, man.
Cheers,
have a good one.
cheers, Ultra. Cheers, have a good weekend, man.
No worries. All right, then. Right, everyone's called in. Everyone's had their say. All right, let's... What do you guys think about this card? Jack Plant said, dreadful. It just gets worse. British boxing is booming. I mean, listen, that Chisora Pulev fight was entertaining. I had a feeling it was going to be entertaining anyway. But this card here, I mean, look, we've still got 4 weeks to go. So we've got to give Matchroom a bit of time. 4 weeks. You know what I mean? Matchroom right now will be on the phone to Cambodia, Bolivia, Peru, no doubt, getting all getting their opponents flown over by the man from Del Monte. Maybe that's what David Diamante's doing. David Diamante is going on all these holidays after you had that life-threatening crash. He had that fucking life-threatening crash, and then all of a sudden, David Diamante is going to all these holidays, smoking cigars and turning up in all these obscure foreign places. Maybe David Diamante is the one who's doing all the opponent sourcing for Matchroom. So David Diamante will be off on a plane in a minute. He'll be flying to Lagos, to find opponents for Johnny Fisher, Jordan Thompson, Hopi Price, and Campbell Hatton. It is what it is. This is apparently what we have to go. Here you go. If you're interested in this, Saturday, the 6th of August, 2022. Wow, tickets went on sale for this. Oh my God. Tickets went on sale for this on the 23rd of June. Wow. Jesus fucking Christ. That's a hard sell, isn't it? Fucking hell. 23rd of June. But I hope Dalton Smith moves tickets, because this is a fucking tough sell, isn't it? 23rd of June. No doubt, I'd imagine we probably have some seats left. In fact, let's see if we can have a look. They must have seats left for that. I can't believe that one would have sold out. Oh, geez, I can't get past this Brian Cox stuff. Here we go. Prices, £46, £69 and £114. VIP, 70 quid. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Where is it? I can't see the map of it. Oh, here we go. So a quick look. Tickets, date. I don't know how to do StubHub. So it is what it is. Marco, a few people tonight have criticised AJ's resume. Look, I don't think AJ's resume is, in danger, because when these guys are beaten, they're getting. Then again, well, hold on. When did AJ beat Pulev? He beat him before the Usyk fight. Do you? I don't think it damages AJ's resume at all. But is anybody here who buys into what Marco's saying? Who thinks AJ's resume is aging like last month's milk? Being that Charles Martin was knocked out by 50-year-old Luis Ortiz, right? Charles Martin was knocked out. Charles Martin was out cold on his feet. He didn't know where he was against the 50-year-old Luis Ortiz. And Kubrat Pulev's just been done by Dereck Chisora. I don't think so. I think it's when you fight them. So I think AJ's resume is still good with me. AJ's resume is still good for me. Refugio Garcia says, anybody seen Cougs begging for more UK fight cards? Well, like I said before, Cougs ain't exactly racking up the air miles at the minute, is he? Cougs ain't exactly racking up the air miles right now. Let's leave it at that. Mark Stanton says Pulev allegedly got beat by half a Chisora. I don't know. I think AJ's resume is all right. It is what it is. I still think AJ's going to become champion of the world again. You know what? Part of me is rooting for him in a way. Crazy D3 says, quick prediction, Lennox Clark versus Mark Heffron. No prediction, because, it's Lennox Clark versus... Lennox Clark's a tough bastard, isn't he? Lennox Clark. Jesus Christ. He's a tough guy. Him in that gym with Zach Parker. Those are some tough guys, man. Lennox Clark. Quiet guy as well, isn't he? Quiet guy. Doesn't say a lot. Not a big talker, but fuck me. He's a guy that can hurt people. He can do some serious damage, he can. Sam Jones. Daryl saying, where's Sam Jones? Worried about him. Couldn't keep him off our screens a year ago. Well, Sam Jones is on Twitter laughing at me. Sam Jones was laughing at me for releasing some information that Joseph Parker could be fighting Lucas Brown next. We haven't got any word yet on Joseph Parker's opponent, so we'll have to wait and see. We got some intel a couple of weeks ago that it was going to be Lucas Brown, but haven't heard any more about that, so I assume that is pure bullshit. So we'll have to wait and see. All right, guys, let's just go through a few more final comments. few more final comments. If you haven't already hit the like button, please do. It's been a long night, but like I said before, I think this is probably going to be the last show for a while. Actually, it's been pretty tough the last couple of days, last week. So I think we need to go. I'm going to start seeing a psychologist for sure. Not therapy, but I'm going to start seeing a psychologist because I've definitely got some odd mental issues going on at the minute that I would say need addressing. Yeah. So this is my 5th hour of streaming today. Probably take a break now for a while. Every time I say this, some news happens. Something happens. Like AJ will pull out of the Usyk fight injured or something will happen, or fucking Frank Warren will buy DAZN and become head of DAZN or something. Something will happen. Do you know what I mean? But for the most part, I think might be time to stay away from a bit. There aren't that many good fights to watch in British boxing. It is what it is. I'm certainly not going to be doing a live for Lennox Clark and Mark Heffron. So I don't think there's much going on. All right, Chisora fans, have a good night. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other.